time of the season for hockey because it is SJHL playoff time.
Creighton Furniture Bomber playoff hockey is on the air.
Back to Sykes. Out back to Hodgson. Rebound score! Flipper! The youngsters getting it on the act.
The Bombers are back in the Final Four.
Links the pass to Hunt. Spins, fires, score! Hunt's on the power play.
It's a semifinal showdown between the Maroon and Whites and the Weyburn Red Wings.
They're going to get the moose leg.
He's broken down to grab the moose leg. We've got a brawl on the ice.
All over a moose leg. This is unbelievable.
Oh, my goodness.
Here with the call to action.
He makes it look so easy.
The voice of your Flin Flon Bombers.
This crowd is going berserk.
Alongside color analyst Mike the Stallion Slip.
Absolutely.
The one and only.
How do you do?
Mr. Rob Hart.
Well, somebody's happy you're back, Mike. I guess that makes two of us.
I tell you, I listened to. I got to listen to the last part of the game. Raphael did a fantastic job. He's a natural on the radio, and I enjoyed listening to him. So I hope I can live up to Raphael Sore's dulcet tones.
Well, you went out there, you got eye surgery, Mike. Hope we can see a little bit more what's happening out there. I'm sure it'll help you. But one thing you would have noticed last night is that the Weyburn Red Wings have a very good hockey team. And you can talk about the goal 39 seconds in. I really thought the nail-biter or the nail-breaker for them was when Mahara scored with less than a minute remaining in the opening period to put them up 3-0. They got Angelo Zoll between the pipes. They blocked 27 shots in the game last night. But the big thing for me that I read out of last night's game, I didn't see Weyburn make a lot of mistakes. And I tell you what, if you can go on the road and play almost mistake-free hockey, a lot of good things are going to happen.
Yeah, I heard nothing but good things about the Weyburn Red Wings listening to your broadcast, but also with the fans tonight. Hear they're very fast. Hear that their breakout is incredible, and and then of course there's Zoll. So big news. Leighton Carruthers is in, and that's very important with a goaltender,
especially for that power play.
That's right. So. I said to somebody, losing isn't always the worst thing. You realize that, hey, we got to work a little harder and we got to do a little more. So hopefully the Bombers bring that tonight.
Well, you know what? You talk about the Bombers. They're in the Final Four again. They've been in the finals 3 years in a row, 5 of the last 7. Good hockey teams find ways to battle through adversity. And last night was not Flin Flon's best night. They did come back and make a game of it. Credit to them. But we'll see what the team's made of because Weyburn's in a very good spot now. They've taken away home ice advantage. Even if they lose this game, they did what they had to do. But Weyburn's been a very good road team, Mike. 18 road wins in the regular season. They haven't lost on the road in the playoffs yet. But we'll see. We talk about Flin Flon. We talk about them being an upper echelon team. We'll see how they handle last night's adversity from game 1.
Yeah, that's going to be the tail of the tape for sure. And, I just think the Bombers are too deep, too strong to fold up the tents yet, and I think we're going to see a good game tonight. From what I understand, except for the first period, which has been sort of the Bombers' Achilles heel.
Mike talked about that. You'll hear it in his interview coming up.
And they played pretty good, is from what I hear. They got to get that first period out of the way and play the game that they're capable of. If they do that, they're gonna win. And that goal 19 seconds in, all the hype that before the game and all that just sort of brings everything down. So they got to weather that whatever storm the Weyburn Red Wings bring, which they're going to bring a lot.
I think the first 10 minutes tonight is huge because, like we mentioned, Weyburn's taking the pressure off them. They've already taken away home ice advantage. Flin Flon knows what's at stake. Try to use the crowd as an advantage. First 10 minutes tonight, Mike Slip. We'll see if the Bombers can weather the storm. We talk about the road team weathering the storm, but Flin Flon is wondering about nerves.
Yeah.
Trying to do a little bit too much. Obviously, having Leighton Carruthers back is huge, and I get that. I mean, he's pretty much a goal per game player when he's in there. But again, what's the first 10 minutes look like? Not necessarily for Weyburn, but how does it look for Flin Flon here?
I totally agree. The Bombers have to realize that they have to come out flying. They got to make it tough on Weyburn. If Weyburn's as quick as everybody says, you got to be able to play heavy against them, and you know, and you got to start off that way. So you're right, Rob. The first 10 minutes is going to be very, very interesting.
We'll see what happens. We'll take a break. We'll get ready for the SJHL Coaches Show. The Wings, a solid 3-1 victory last night. The Bombers looking to dig from deep in and try and tie up this series and send it back to Weyburn 1-1 for what will obviously be a big challenge coming up Tuesday and Wednesday night at Crescent Point Place. But two great hockey teams. They finished second and third respectively in the regular season. The Wings have had the Bombers' number this year, though. They took 7 out of 8 points against them in the regular season, and of course the 3-1 win last night. But we'll see if the Bombers can put that to bed. Focus on the task at hand and take it. I guess it's a cliche, Mike. You take it shift by shift, period by period, game by game. But Flin Flon really has to do that, and I think Flin Flon needs to keep it simple and not try to do too much. We'll see how it all unfolds. We'll take a quick break. The SJHL coaches are coming up momentarily. We'll chat with Mike Reagan next here on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Truck Month has been extended at Great North GM. If you missed out during March, then you still have a chance to save thousands of dollars with 0% financing on select trucks. Plus, Costco is back with $1,200 off select units if you have a Costco membership. So don't wait. Contact Barb, Caden, Kevin, Jamie, Bradley, or Kylie to experience Truck Month, because it's always a great day at Great North GM in the Paw.
There's always delicious food items to try out at your local McDonald's at the Flin Flon Walmart location. Brand new to the menu include the cheesy jalapeno bacon quarter pounder, the smoky maple bacon breakfast sandwiches. How about something just in time with summer on the horizon? Tropical and watermelon lime fruit splashers and the peach passion smoothie. And how about another brand new menu item, the cinnamon swirl. Try one today. A buttery brioche roll swirled with cinnamon filling and topped with delicious cream cheese. Brand new with the classic cinnamon taste. Your McDonald's location at Walmart, once again offering curbside pickup, so don't forget to download the app, collect McDonald's rewards for free food, sit and relax in the comfort of your own vehicle, and await your order. McDonald's, wishing the Flin Flon Bombers all the best through this year's playoff run.
You're on.
Good evening. Welcome to our SJHL Coaches Show. Mike Reagan, the head coach of the Bombers, joins us. Mike, tough opening game. Tough opening period last night. I mean, you give up a goal 39 seconds in, which is tough. But like you and I commented on the post-game show last night, I thought the real dagger was the Maharaj goal that he scored late in the opening period. Just real tough way to take anything out of the first period. You're kind of really back on your heels, down 3 goals.
Yeah, I thought we were a little bit flat last night. You know, obviously we know Weyburn can skate, but I think that they caught the guys off guard a little bit and a couple early mistakes, and you're down 1-0. And, you know, I thought after they scored the second goal, we started to settle in and kind of dictate the play a little bit. But that third goal is just a dagger with under a minute left. You know, it's tough to come back from 2 goals, let alone 3. You know, and then we had a good push in the second period and third period. So we know that we got to be better. We know what we have to do, and, you know, hopefully we can make those adjustments tonight.
Did you guys have a little bit of a tough time containing their speed early in the game?
Yeah, like I said, I think, like, we as a staff were well aware of it and, you know, communicated that with the guys, but until you're actually in the moment, you probably don't realize how much quicker they are than Humboldt. You know, just 2 different styles, I think, and you know, we got punched in the nose last night early on, so, you know, you gotta respond from that, and I thought that we, you know, like I said, dictated the play the second half of the game, and we know we can skate with them in that. We just gotta, you know, be ready right from puck drop.
I guess you take some notice of the fact that you held them to no goals. I guess you outscored them 1-0 in the last 2 periods. Yeah,
and I think we only gave up 4 shots in the third, so, you know, there was a good push by us. I think they sat on the lead a little bit. You know, I think the most important thing is our first periods haven't been great in the playoffs so far, but our second and thirds have been really good. So, you know, I don't think we've been scored on in the third period yet in the playoffs. So, you know, I'd rather maybe that we start a little bit slow, maybe not give up 3 goals, but to know that your second and third periods are your best periods so far, I think gives us a lot of hope that we're going to win a lot of hockey games.
You need a little bit more from Keith Gruner going forward here, Mike, one of your top offensive players throughout the year, and he's got just the 2 goals so far. And last night, I thought Weyburn he just really wasn't a factor. At least when he's not scoring, he's still getting shots, he's still getting chances. He wasn't really a factor for your team in last night's game.
Yeah, I think Gru knows that he's got to be better. I mean, the guy holds himself to a high standard, but he's been battling some sickness right now, and, you know, that's not an excuse, and Gru would never use it as an excuse. But it's a little under the weather, and I think the good news is that we've won a lot of hockey games so far in the playoffs without him being at his best. So it's just a matter of time before Grew, pots one here. I mean, he's had some opportunities, but puck's not going in for him right now. And once it does, I think that's good news for all of us.
How big is the first 10 minutes for your team tonight?
Yeah, I think it's huge. I think they're probably not going to want to change a thing. They want to attack us early on, and I don't want to say weather the storm. We got to bring the storm to them. I think that's the biggest thing is play bomber hockey. I mean, the Whitney Forum can be an intimidating place, and we got to make it intimidating for Weyburn there. So I thought we were the more physical team. Looking at the stats there, we had over 30 hits, and they were under 20. So from that standpoint, I thought we did a good job. We put 85 pucks to the net, but, they blocked a heck of a lot of shots last night. So getting shots through, I think, and making sure that we have that traffic and not allowing them to box us out, I think, is important as well. So I'm confident that we'll make those adjustments and we'll be fine.
Hey, I thought you were the more physical team for sure. Had a couple big hits when you needed them.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of bomber hockey. I mean, it's something we preach that, we got people here that go 400 or 500 feet underground and are real men, and that's the way we want to play hockey, So it's just you're basically not allowed to be a bomber unless you play that way. So, I think our guys take a lot of pride in being physical, especially in the Whitney Forum, and we got to bring that again tonight.
And special teams are always big, Mike. You had your chances, that big 6-on-4 late. I mean, did everything but put the puck in, one off the crossbar, one hit the top of the net, and a lot of shots over top of that. And like you mentioned, of course, credit to them. They blocked a lot of shots as well. But you need to get that power play going again would obviously be a big factor as well. Yeah,
I actually liked the looks that we got. They blocked a lot of shots, but we hit a post early on. I mean, that could have been the difference. We're down 1-0, got a wide open net, and we hit a post, and then they come down and score 20 seconds later. So, it's got to be a little bit sharper. We got to get, like I said, get some pucks through. They're not going to block all our shots, so make them count when we can. And having Carruthers in front of the net, I think tonight's going to be huge.
Well, you get Carruthers back.
Yes, sir.
That's obviously a big factor.
Yep, we're really happy about having him in the lineup here tonight. I think that he wanted to go last night. We kind of thought, well, let's just see how game one goes, and he's been skating for a while now, so he's good to go.
Any other lineup changes?
Alexander will be out tonight. He kind of took a little bit of a stinger last night. Other than that, Yak will probably be in for game 3 and 4. So we're hoping that we get some other guys back, but the main thing is not losing guys as well. So
I hear you, Mike. Good luck here in game number 2 here tonight.
Thanks, Robert.
Mike Reagan, the head coach of the Bombers, once again here on 102.9 CFER and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Bailey Homes provides ready-to-move homes as unique as your family. They'll be at the 102.9 CFAR Trade and Leisure Show April 24th to the 26th to answer any questions you may have. From the quality of the build to the care of the move, let Bailey Homes make your dream home a reality. They have the experience bringing custom homes to the north. Find out more by visiting bailey-homes.ca, and they'll see you at the trade show at the Sportex April 24th to the 26th. You're on.
SJHL Coaches Show continues. Cody Mapes will join us. Cody, just chatting before he went to air. You got to be happy to win in the Whitney Forum, take a 1-0 series lead, but I thought almost a really picture-perfect game from your team. Timely goals, a lot of blocked shots. You won some timely face-offs, and I didn't really see you make a lot of mistakes.
Well, that's the thing. It might not be about everything that you do right, but it's just limiting what you do wrong. And I thought our guys did a really good job last night of limiting what we were going to give up. A team like Flin Flon, they're always going to earn stuff. They're always going to get some chances. Just don't give them extra. And I thought we did a pretty good job with that.
Big bonus to score 39 seconds into the game, but I thought the real backbreaker for them was the Maharaj goal that he scored with just under a minute left. I mean, talk about a great way to really get them thinking and second-guessing in the locker room after the first period. That was a big, big goal.
Yeah, it's an unbelievable play from LeBeau to hold on to that puck long enough to get a passing lane. But, the mentality of that is going into the intermission down 2 or down 3 is very, very different. Whether that goal's with a minute left or with 5 minutes left. But, that is generally a big hill to climb. And, it's also a funny spot to be for the team that's leading, too. You want to make sure you don't let your foot off the gas. And, I don't know that we did that, but we really kind of went into we're just going to play simple. We're going to keep things to the outside, and obviously we did that well enough to get the job done. But you know what, we want to make sure that we try to stay a little more consistent throughout the game.
Well, you really tightened up in the third period. Were you kind of concerned this might get into really, because the teams are going back and forth and kind of fire when teams are going back and forth at each other? Are you thinking to yourself, even as good as skilled as you are, you don't want to get into that?
Yeah, I've never loved that. That always gets the heart going. But yeah, when you're the leading team, you don't really want to get into that. But at the end of the day, like you said, we were winning faceoffs, and I thought we did a pretty good job in the neutral zone yesterday, making sure we didn't turn pucks over any more than they forced us to, and just keep moving pucks forward in the neutral zone and get pucks to their goal line. When we got pucks to the goal line, we were pretty happy. No matter what the outcome was of that shift, it was we were keeping things 200 feet from our net, and so that's going to be pretty important for us.
Anytime you have success in hockey, let alone the playoffs, you got to have good goaltending, and it was pretty much a picture-perfect shot from Ryder Ringer to beat Angelo Zoll last night. I mean, the Bombers, as you know, had the 6-on-4 at the end of the game, and he stood tall. And while this guy, certainly you can see all the hype, and again, why Dazovic was made expendable. Boy, he made some big saves, and at timely saves again, timely sanctions of the hockey game.
Yeah, one of the best things, like he was obviously very good. 39 of 40 is a huge number, but the saves he made when we were maybe getting hemmed in a little bit, and he swallows up or he catches one and gets us a whistle. Like, those little details are so important when it comes to goaltending, and he's been doing that stuff all year. And he was real good for us.
You got to be feeling pretty good about yourselves. I mean, a 2-goal lead, they say, is the most dangerous lead in hockey, but when you have him back there, obviously you feel a little bit more confident.
Yeah, you start looking at him and you start going, you know what, if we score 3 or 4, we're going to be pretty tough to beat. No matter how we're playing. So I mean, that is always good. And you know what, I know Mike's thinking the same thing too. Like, if they score 3 or 4, they have a pretty good chance to win. They got a pretty good guy in their net too. And so, it's going to go back and forth all series, I think.
I know the goal coming here was to get one if you could. You've done that, boy. You could really make a statement and really put yourself in a good position if you could get this one here tonight as well.
Yeah, you know what, we're trying to put yesterday behind us, and just take the opportunity at hand here to learn a little bit more about ourselves, learn a little bit more about Flin Flon, and just take another step forward here, whatever the outcome may be, it will be. But we want to make sure that we just keep getting better here throughout the series, and we got a big opportunity in front of us here, but we just want to make sure we do things the right way here.
A lot of people would say, well, it'll be tough to get back-to-back wins in the Whitney Forum, but the way that your team has played on the road this year, I mean, like we talked about it yesterday, 18 road wins in the regular season, and now you haven't lost a road game in the playoffs.
Yeah, our guys like being together. They like being on the road. This is the tightest group I've ever coached, and I think that's a big reason why these guys like playing on the road so much. Is just they get to be in the bus together, they get to eat together, they get to be in the hotels together, and so I think that's a big reason why we have lots of energy on the road, and our emotional control on the road and all that stuff is really good. And so we're gonna figure that out at home a little bit, but we gotta make sure that continues here tonight.
Listen, Cody, great job with this crew. I mean, you put yourself in a good spot. Fun team to watch. I know you're looking forward to, obviously, the challenge from Flin Flon tonight. And quickly before I let you go, I think the first 10 minutes are going to be huge. How does Flin Flon respond? You, of course, had that great first period. I mean, you scored 39 seconds into the game, never looked back. I think the first 5 to 10 minutes tonight could maybe tell really how this one might go this evening.
100%. I think that's probably the story in this rink most nights, let alone if the Bombers let one go the night before. They're coming out. That Mike's going to have those guys ready, and Cole over there, they do an unbelievable job. And if you let this crowd get into it, it's it could make for a long night. And so we want to make sure that we push here in the first 10, and we don't sit back and kind of wait to be invited into the hockey game. We want to make sure we arrive and have a presence right away.
Sounds good, Cody. Good luck in game 2.
Thanks, Sean.
There he is, Cody Banks, well-spoken finalist for the SKHL Coach of the Year, as his team looks to win back-to-back games at the Whitney Forum. Mike Slip A lot of people think that that's improbable, but the way that they played on the road this year, tell you what, Flin Flon is going to have to answer the bell. You heard the interview with Cody Mapes, all the different little things they did in the game. Flin Flon needs to dig deep tonight, and they got to put a lot of little things into their game as well.
Yeah, you absolutely have to, and one of them has got to be Matt Keeper again, and we're going to see Matt Keeper receive an award here from the commissioner.
Getting 2 awards.
Yes, he is. The commissioner, and I believe our man Adam Ricard is down there representing SaskTel.
And Jacob Faith, of course, the terrific marketing director for the SJHL. What a great guy he is. But Matthew Keeper, of course, the double whammy, the top SJHL goaltender, and the MVP of the league. So here comes the presentation right now. What a year he's had. You don't see many guys able to win the MVP plus the top goaltender. Tom Barrasso, when he played at Buffalo, a guy that did it. Yeah. And I think Jose Theodore, remember him who played for Montreal?
Yeah,
he did it as well.
I'll tell you, the guy leading the cheers for Matthew Keeper is Kenny Marquardt over on the bench there, which is awesome. Kenny's such a great team guy. They're great friends, and it's good to see Kenny appreciate Matt's contribution.
Let's hope that Adam Ricard gets those plaques to where they need to be.
Yeah, you never know.
I'm sure they will.
I know.
We're going to take a break here for the anthem and come back with Puck Drop here momentarily. Semifinal. The Wings, of course, winning last night, like we mentioned, by a score of 3-1. The Bombers do get Leighton Carruthers back tonight. What a big bonus that is. And guess what? He's in the Bailey home starting lineup tonight. Carruthers, Gruner, as well as looks like Rodder Muke, a local product. Tanchuk and Hunks will start things off on the back end. And he just received his awards. The reigning SJHL MVP and top goaltender, none other than Matthew Keeper. He will get the start for the Bombers tonight. He's 4-3 in the playoffs. The goals against a 1.57. A save percent still very good at .938. Wings are going to go with the same trio that kicked off the game last night. Maharaj, Benson, and Rudnick. Harmon and Byrne will be on the back end. And how about Alexander Zoll, the starting goaltender here for the Weyburn Red Wings tonight? Or Angelo Zoll, my apologies. He's 5-2 in the playoffs. Goals against a 2.48 and a save percentage of .923. So two of the league's best going head-to-head here. And goaltending a big part of the playoffs. As the referees are getting ready for the opening face-off here tonight, 50-50 already at 10 grand. Rob Hart, Mike Slip with a new set of eyes apparently, and
so that's where the ice is.
There you go. And a big face-off. Carruthers obviously a big boost for Flin Flon here tonight. Gruner will dive in for the face-off here as he goes up against the Weyburn captain Texas. And we're underway, and boy, this is a real jacked-up crowd here tonight. I think there's more people here tonight than there was last night. As the puck goes back in the Flin Flon zone, they can't clear it out. Carmen gets it in. Look out. The puck almost bounced in. Wings get a chance. Good save by Matthew Keeper right off the hop. Tough break for the Bombers here early. It goes off the captain. Tanchuk almost redirects in his own net. And Matthew Keeper comes back and makes a really nice save.
2 saves right there in 15 seconds. And, yeah, that was a freaky bounce, but fortunately it stayed out.
Betson will take the face-off against Gruner. Wings trying to start strong and quick for the second straight night. They've got the puck inside the Flin Flon zone. Maharaj will dig it free, throws it back out front to Carmen. Carmen takes a look, walks in, fires it. That got blocked, and Flin Flon will tap it to the blue line. It stays in. Finally brought out by Tanchuk, skips over to center ice. Picked up here by Carruthers. He'll get a hold of it. He'll flip it back down on target. And Zoll will get his glove on that. Wings moving ahead. Here's the quick pass to Maharaj to center. Maharaj, top point getter for the Wings in the playoffs. We'll dump that one in. There's Holmes, who played very good for Flin Flon last night, I thought. Piccinino up the wall. Picked up here by Ryder Ringer. Here's a nice pass. Oh, he sprung Mukin, knocked away at the last second by Schaefer. Flin Flon holds it in. Now it comes out. Bombers will dump it back in. It rolls back in the Weyburn net where it's picked up here by Chakrabarty. Chakrabarty slides that back out front. Here's Fitzgerald. Off the boards, back to center. Cut off by Lepper. Played that one back to Holmes. Here's the pass for Piccinino. Trying to tap that one ahead. Intercepted here by Smith Davis. And he'll dump that inside the Flin Flon zone. There's Holmes. Fitzgerald will pick it up. Throws it back out front. Piccinino can't knock it down. Chakrabarty holds it in. Fitzgerald back of the bomber. And centers it out front. Just fired wide that time. What a chance that was. Wings get it again. They rip it wide. Boy, quick start for them again here in the opening couple moments. They'll send that one in front of the bomber net. Flin Flon looks a little bit back on their heels here for the second straight night. Puck held in at the blue line. Here's Chakrabarty. Shot knocked down in front. Finally grabbed here by Cohen Senth. He'll get it to center before Chakrabarty gets it back. Flips the pass to DK. DK can fly. Good move across the bomber line. DK hanging on to it. Here's DK. Looking for a lane. Shoots it on target. Save is made. Rebound cleared back out front. Carmen can't knock it down. Here comes Cormier for Flin Flon all by himself. Cormier across the Weyburn line. He'll bring it in deep. Made a good move there. Carter Cormier throws it back in the net. Janchuk will pitch in. He overskated it. Puck is picked up here. Wings will play it back outside the zone. Cut off here by Cormier. He'll flip it back inside Weyburn territory. Carmen, the very capable D-man, gets crushed back. That what a body check that was by Reed Arbery. And Mike Slick's got himself an early candidate for the chiropractic on main crunch of the game. What a body check by Reed Arbery. Puck set down the ice on target. Kicked away that time by the Bomber netminder Matthew Keeper. But the Wings with that explosive attack jump on that loose puck. Here's Ewan. He'll poke it ahead. Ewan to center. That one skipped off of Romalaire. Wings get it back. That's Edwards. Flipping the puck, a bouncing one on the target. And Keeper will stop that big hit from Arbery. But I'll tell you what, Weyburn outskating Flin Flon the first 3 minutes here in this opening period.
As advertised, Weyburn just beating the Bombers to the puck. Their skating is unbelievably fast. You know, they you say what you want about Melfort and these other teams, but this might be the fastest team I've seen.
It is. There's no question about it. Betson will take the face-off here against the Bombers. Gruner. Still scoreless, 17. So I guess that's one bonus for Flin Flon at this point. Last night they were down 2-0.
Yeah.
But this Weyburn team is the fastest team that I've seen. And Flin Flon, who can skate themselves, when they have a hard time containing a team, you know that they're fast. Maharaj looking for the loose puck. Picked up by Chakrabarty. He's pinned up along the boards that time by Mounier. Wings working free to the blue line. Backed up by Betson. A chance. Good glove save there. Nathan Mounier. Shots are 7-0 Weyburn here. We haven't even played 4 minutes of the opening period there, Mike Slip.
No, the only time that if the Zamboni came out, he'd only have to do half the ice. The only thing is Cormier. Cormier came out flying, though, on that shift. But the Bombers have to be stronger getting the puck out of their zone, too, Rob.
Every single loose puck, Weyburn is getting to it first. Gruner takes the face-off here against the Wings. Schmid. But Bonn will tap that back inside the wing zone. There goes Chakrabarty after it. Zoll will push that back in the goal. Nuka on top of him around the boards for Smith Davis. He took a good bump there. Puck will roll back down the ice inside the Flin Flon zone. Lepper will go after it. Luke Lepper, he takes a bump back of the net. Wings get the puck. There's a turnover there. They're trying to throw it out front. Smith Davis was cruising. Now they couldn't get to it. Now here's a odd man rush for the Bombers. Keith Gruner over to Carruthers up the left side. Knocked away that time by Martin. But comes back to Fitzgerald. They'll float it back in the Flin Flon zone. Marston back in uniform tonight. It's nice to see his mom and dad from Fort McMurray here tonight. Carruthers, he'll make a move at center. Leighton Carruthers will now chip that puck inside the wing zone. Picked up by Martin in the corner around the boards. Vasile, the former Humboldt Bronco, came over in the trade with Dazza Mitchell. He sends that up the ice inside Flin Flon territory. Bombers still looking for their first shot of this hockey game. 7-0 win. Wings on the Ridge on Amish shot clock. And there's a steal there by DK. DK back across the Bomber line. Puck picked up here by Mounier. Trying to get it to Ewan. That was knocked away. Ewan still battling for it. Can't get it out. Picked up by DK. To the front of that. Swatted away. Comes back to center. Martin, the Weyburn D-man, has got it. He'll play that to Legrand, or he'll chip it in. Here comes Sale racing after it. Boy, Weyburn's feet are always moving. Marsden trying to slow him down. There's a body check back in the goal there by Smith Davis. Puck comes in front. Wings work it back to the blue line. This is Bird. Through traffic. Shot on target. Save made by Matthew Keeper. And what a start by the Weyburn Red Wings tonight. The 3-1 victory last night. It's been all Weyburn so far. Out shooting the Bombers now 8-0 on the Ridge on Amish shot clock. The good news is that Matthew Keeper's seeing all the shots that are coming at him.
That's right. The Red Wings haven't lost a race to the puck yet, Robin. I'm not exaggerating.
No, they haven't. I agree.
I mean, the Bomber defenseman was there long before the Red Wing on one play, and the Red Wing somehow beat him to the puck.
Carmen at center will get that pass back to Edwards. He'll flip it in. Here comes Moldy racing after. He took a lot of big face-offs for the Wings last night. Another loose puck, the Wings win. The puck will roll over to Ringer. The only Bomber to score in the series so far. Beautiful goal last night. I think you have to, it's got to be a picture-perfect shot or you're not going to score on Angelo Zoll. Bombers can't clear it out. Bird holds it in. Bird throws it out front. That one picked up by Hunks, but he can't clear it out. Picked up by Edwards, ripped over top of the Bomber net. Boy, Flin Flon really caught off guard again here early. Finally, they get the puck out. Ryder Ringer looking for it. Knocked down by Chacker Body inside the Weyburn zone. Comes to center. This is Piccinino. He'll flip it back inside the Weyburn zone. Chacker Body got it back, or that's Bird, sorry, as he throws it back to center. Grabbed by Hunks. He's on it across the Weyburn line. Nice pass. Tried to hit Ringer. Piccinino will pick it up inside the wing zone. Knocked away from him. Flin Flon trying to flip it out front. Chacker Body clears it back to center. Ruthven will get it across the Bomber line. Arbery comes back to get it. I'd say the only saving grace for Flin Flon right now, Mike, is Zoll might be a little bit cold. If Flin Flon can get a good chance on him, he's not really warmed up, is he?
Right now, that's all they can count on.
He hasn't faced a shot yet, and we've played just under 14 minutes remaining here in this opening period. Here's Lepper. Back to Lees. He'll drop that back to Cormier. There's a shot ripped over top of the Weyburn goal. Wings can't clear. Flin Flon holds it in. That one redirects that time.
The
defenseman Schrader, and Zoll will track it.
It wasn't much. It was a good shot initially, but it got tipped and it just trickled into Zoll. But he would have no problem stopping that one.
First shot of the game, officially not a clean shot, but the Bombers will take a face-off inside the Weyburn zone. Arbery, Lees, and Cormier in the forward group for Flin Flon. Lepper and Mounier in the back end as Lees takes the face-off here. Wings win the draw. That's picked up, fired off the glass to the blue line. Held in. Good play that time by Cormier, who drops his guy, which was Smith Davis. The fans will cheer that. Flin Flon will pick up the puck deep in Weyburn territory. Lees is after it, battling with Carmen. Back of the Weyburn net. They fall down. Lees trying to get a stick on it. Cormier digging away as well. The puck comes loose. Grabbed here by Arbery. Arbery out front, a chance, and there's a good save by Angelo Zoll. And the first good chance of the night for the Bombers. Reed Arbery. He's battled injuries this year, Mike, but I'll tell you what, he's really proven to be a solid SJHL forward.
It's great to have Reed Arbery in the lineup, and that was a beautiful play by Reed. He was able to read that the Weyburn defense had left the front of the net open. He just walked straight in front, and a good shot on Angelo Zoll.
Gruner will take the face-off as he digs in here against the Wings. DK right off the face-off. This guy can really fly. Works the puck to Sale. Nice pass to Legrandeur. He's across the Bomber line. He'll bring it in. Legrandeur try to go wide here. Throws it out front. Comes back out. Picked up by DK. DK had a guy open out front, but a little bit behind Legrandeur. To the blue line. They score! Martin from the blue line will shoot it. I'm not sure if it redirected off somebody or not, but I don't think Matthew Keeper saw it. And the Wings will strike first again here tonight on their ninth shot of the period. I think it's going to be Martin's goal.
Yeah.
And he roofed a picture-perfect shot, Mike, and a lot of traffic in front of that Flin Flon net.
Yeah, absolutely. And just, well, here's the shot. Oh, man, there's a lot of sticks, and I think Matt Keeper might have wanted to have that one.
I don't think he saw it, Mike. I really don't. Anyway, a big goal for the Wings as they will take a 1-0 lead. They've been all over Flin Flon here again tonight. That's Martin's first of the playoffs. And a 1-0 Weyburn lead with just under 13 minutes to go. Flin Flon, they said they looked flat last night. I'll tell you what, Weyburn looks even better tonight than they did last night's game.
Fantastic.
Not sure what the referee is. What's going on here with the official? He wants to go over and talk to the linesman about something.
I wonder if it was, they're questioning if it was hit with a high stick.
That's what I'm wondering. But how could you ever prove it with no replay?
I did it.
Mike Reagan doesn't look happy on the bench no matter what's going on. He realizes how badly his team's been outplayed here so far. So now the two referees are going to come over to the Weyburn bench here. I wonder what this is all about. Anyway.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
The two officials have come over. They're having a conversation here with Cody Mapes. It is a 1-0 lead for Weyburn.
If you look at the replay, there was a stick high. I'm not saying it touched it, but I think they're going to.
So now the referee comes over to talk to Mike Reagan as well.
I don't think they can turn this around.
I don't know how you prove it. If it's the NHL, you can watch every single angle until the cows come home. Anyway, both referees went over and talked to Cody Mapes. He didn't seem to react, so it's obviously going to be a good goal. I'm thinking, unless they're talking about something else, I don't know. Wings are on the board, though. They got a 1-0 lead. Martin's first of the playoffs. And they just stormed the Bombers again here in the opening period. Here comes the official on the goals. The puck is picked up here by Sykes. Might be an unassisted goal. He'll dump that in.
Yeah, it is.
Jacker body. Can I get the puck out? Ewan will knock it down. We'll see if Flin Flon can go to work here. There's Seitzel on the boards. A couple of Wings jump on top of him. Nice body check that time by Ewan. He lines up his guy, Moldy, back of the net. Wings get the puck to blue line. It does come out. Stitton held it in for the time being, but Wings get it right back. Big hit there. Marsden steps into his guy from the Bomber bench. Flin Flon trying to get physical, doing whatever they can to try and slow down this very high-octane, speedy team. Puck is sent outside the zone, comes back to center, grabbed by Mounier. He'll tap it back in. Schrader, though, plenty of time. He'll pick it up. Piccinino will zero in on him, but he'll get rid of it. Jacker body off the left side. He was looking for Betson. Flin Flon does get it. Looking to go to the attack. Ryder Ringer, a nice drop pass. Picked up here by Semp. Onside to Piccinino. Tapped it ahead. Ringer can't get his stick on it. We got Semp is going to get a penalty here. Or somebody, Semp got tripped up. He went to the front end. He took down the goaltender's goal.
I think it's going against the Red Wings.
Fucking penalty going to be called here. And the penalty going to be handed out to Ruthven. So Flin Flon 0 for 5 in last night's game, are 1 for their last 13 chances. This is where Leighton Carruthers is going to make a big difference for them.
Yeah,
Three goals on the power play for him early in that Humboldt series. So Flin Flon with a chance to tie things up. They haven't had many opportunities tonight. Liam Hunk's the blue line. Top of the circle. There's a chance! Great opportunity for Gruner, and that goes off the left shoulder there. I don't think Zoll saw it, but he stopped it. Gruner, one of the guys they want to get going offensively, as the puck is picked up and set the leg to the ice. Keeper will come out. He'll make the save, and Hunks will grab the puck back of his net with Moldy watching him. Here's the pass to Piccinino. Minute and a half to go in the power play. Piccinino will race up the ice, by the way. Greg Ford, our Pepsi power play contestant, gets his products at Corner View in Snow Lake. Ringer picks it up. Ringer looking for a lane. Ringer walking right in. Ringer a shot. Up the side. Carruthers a chance. Can't jam it in. I think it hit the post. Hunks holds it in. Thought about shooting it. Back off front to Gruner. A drive. And there's Zoll shutting the door. Leighton Carruthers that close to tying the hockey game here. Mike slipped right in front of the net. Two good opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely. Leighton Carruthers making himself doing what we expect Leighton Carruthers to do, not only there, but throughout this power play. He's been parked in front of that net, and they've had a couple of good chances.
Off the face-off, the Bombers win the draw inside the wing zone, trying to tie the game. They're down a goal. They're on the power play. Piccinino slides that pass to Ringer. Along the left-hand boards for Gruner. Back to Hunks. There's a shot. Didn't miss by much. Ringer can't get the puck. It comes right back out front. Picked up and set down the ice that time by the Wings. Sale. Hunks forced back of his net. 50 seconds to go in the power play. 10 and a half to go in the opening period. 1-0 Weyburn in front. Ringer will fire it in. Semp in there to collect the puck as well. Puck comes to the side, that picked up and fired down the ice. Nice job that time. Yeah, it's Flin Flon once again forced to start things off in their own zone. Here's Townchuk. Townchuk's got it, swings that pass. Semp to Lepper at center. 25 seconds to go in the power play. He'll rip that one in. Intercepted, fired back down the ice that time by Schrader. Here comes Keeper out of his own net. Played ahead to Lepper. Picked up by Semp. Semp across the Weyburn line. He fanned on it. And 12 seconds running the Flin Flon power play, which has fizzled out. It started off really well, but fizzling out right now. They're having a real hard time getting things going.
You got to be sure. Joey Lees doesn't think he was offside, but I believe he was.
And so do the linesmen, and what they say counts.
That's exactly right. They have a far better view than I do, even with my new eyes.
Lees will take the face-off against Sale outside the Weyburn blue line. A 1-0 Weyburn lead, out shooting Flin Flon 10-4 on the Ridge on Amos shot clock. Flin Flon's only had one shot in the game, 5-on-5. 3 of them coming here on the power play. Townchuk will bring that one in. Oxelgren had him tied up. It comes to the blue line. Held in here by Lepper. Hit a leg. Comes out front to Cormier. That got blocked. Cormier again a chance. Saved by Zoll. Ruthven's on the ice. We're back to 5 aside. Pass set to him at center. Tapped inside the Weyburn bench that time by Townchuk. But Flin Flon, their power play woes continue. 1 for their last 14. Media timeout. Weyburn in front 1-0. This is semifinal playoff action on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Chicken Chef is excited for the Bombers to be continuing their playoff run. Due to maintenance, Chicken Chef will be closed until this Tuesday. They apologize for any inconvenience. Chicken Chef will return with all your signature favorites, daily specials, and gourmet poutine. Chicken Chef is cheering on the Bombers and will be back open serving our community on Tuesday, where once again, it always feels like home.
Hud Bay is proud to be a sponsor of this Bomber broadcast. From donations for bursaries, hockey schools, clubs, community events, charities, and so much more, Hud Bay has supported our community with dedication and generosity, contributing to events and organizations. Hud Bay thanks the people of Flin Flon for their continued support.
You're up. A 1-0 Weyburn lead. Again, the goal scored by Martin, who, by the way, was a last-minute addition. LeBeau was scheduled to go. They made the change, so Martin... a game-time decision gets the opening goal here tonight. Funny how that works out. Yeah, Coach Mapes talked about LeBeau making some great plays last night. I don't know if he's injured or what. Well, I'd like to think that the way that he played, but anyway, Martin gets the goal. There's a shot fired on keeper. He'll stop that. Gave a little bit of difficulty from a long ways away, and Weyburn continues their ferocious forecheck inside the Flin Flon zone. Puck comes the blue line. Chakrabarty will knock it down. Here's Chakrabarty along the boards, looking for some room. Poked away. Good job that time by Ewan. They'll force Legrandier on his side of center. They'll get it back to DK. DK in Flin Flon territory. Look at DK fly. Pass out front. That one just wide again. Great opportunity that time by the wings as Legrandier got a chance. Flin Flon back the other way as local product Muka will take the pass. He'll throw that off the boards. He goes in to get it. Muka waiting for guys to get on side as they were making a change. Puck is sent outside the zone. Townchuk will track this inside the Bomber line. Had to be careful. Moldy on top of him. Crosses Hunks up. Puck is stole here by Legrandier. The blue line knocked out by Schaefer. A chance. Save made. Big rebound for the Bomber net. Here comes Semp. Semp to center. Bouncing puck on Zoll. Rebound out front. Ringer tried to get there, but knocked away that time, courtesy of Bird. Bird, another guy that Cody Mace was very happy with his play in last night's game. Then again, I don't think he had too many passengers. It was a full team effort for sure, and they look good again tonight. Ringer across the Weyburn line, took a big bump there. Flin Flon trying to even this game. Puck squirts free. Townchuk will jump on this one. He and Moldy fall down. Weyburn thought they might get a call there. They're both looking at the official. Both coaches, that is. Bird try to knock that one down. Townchuk out front, nobody there. Legrandier has got it, and he'll skate away for the wings. Legrandier to center, fires that off Townchuk's shoulder. He'll pick up the loose puck back in the Bomber net. Just under 8 minutes to go in the opening period. 1-0 Wings, doubling the Bombers in shots so far, 12-6 on the Ridge on Amos shot clock. This is Hunks for the Bombers, dumping it in, picked up here by Carmen. Quick to Maharaj, not a guy you want to give any room whatsoever. They found that out the hard way in last night's game. There's Gruner. Back to pick up the puck. Races back in his own zone, lost the handle, picked up along the boards here by Marsden. Looking for Carruthers. Maharaj knocked it down, throws it back of the net. Ruthven back there, trying to come back out front. Maharaj to Ruthven. Ruthven looking for Betson. He'll try to get to an open spot. Good job by Mounier to knock it away from deep in Flin Flon territory. Muka up the boards. That one got blocked. Muka gets a second chance. He'll whack it down. They hit a high stick. And they'll blow that down with 7:04 to go. In the opening period, a 1-0 Weyburn lead and not a lot of offensive zone time by the Bombers again here tonight.
No, the Bombers having a heck of a time getting it out of their own zone. Again, you gotta really shoot it hard to get it out, because this Weyburn team is too quick for those soft little touches.
Face off outside the Weyburn blue line. They win another draw here tonight. They'll flip that across the Bomber line. Look out. Fitzgerald had some room, but knocked away at the last second. Here's a chance for Arbery. Arbery up the ice. Cormier trying to get in there. Arbery gets a chance. Ripped it over top. There's Cormier looking for the loose puck, and he overskated it. Wings clear it back to center. Fitzgerald will pick it up. Here's the drop pass to Schmid. They converted for the first goal in last night's game. Lepper will ride Schmidt to the corner. 6.5 remaining. Lepper back of the net. Smith-Davis in there, took it from him. Again, the Wings winning a lot of battles for these loose pucks. Fitzgerald back of the Bomber net. Wrap around attempt. He scores. It's 2-0 Wings. Puck battle that time. Mike Slip. Fitzgerald gets behind the net. He's not denied. He gets a hold of it. A beautiful backhander around the net. And boy, Weyburn looking good again. A 2-0 lead here in the opening period. Look at the work here on the replay. He's back of the net. Wins this puck battle. And comes out and gets a beautiful goal to make it 2-0 Weyburn.
And the Bombers are just getting beaten to every puck, Rob. It's as simple as that. The Red Wings seem to want this game more than the Bombers at this point.
That's Fitzgerald's first in the playoffs as well. And another unassisted goal. But boy, does Weyburn look good. Flin Flon has not been able to muster much at all. Chacker body through the blue line. And that'll get through traffic, and Keeper will track that. And boy, another tough opening period for Flin Flon tonight, being outshot 14-6. But to me, I've only really had two decent chances on Zoll the entire period.
Yeah. Arbery that one from behind, and a couple. Gruner had a nice shot on the power play.
Boldy will take the face-off against Gruner. A couple of unassisted goals from Martin and Fitzgerald. The first of the playoffs, and Weyburn in business. And we talk about depth. It's not the big guys so far. Maharaj, DK, Ruthven, Chakrabarty. It's been some of the utility guys that have scored some big goals for them. Flin Flon digs the puck free. Here comes Leighton Carruthers. Boy, does Flin Flon need a goal here badly. And they'll send the puck inside the wing zone. A very quiet Whitney for him here once again tonight. Puck picked up by Gruner. He'll feed that in back to the net, picked up by Chakrabarty. Chakrabarty moves it back up the ice. Here come the Wings, 3 guys on it quickly to center. Boy, are they skating tonight. Puck sent in from Oldie. He bumps his guy. Gruner back of the net. Throws the puck to the corner. Picked up here by Muka. Muka throws that back up the middle. Wings jump on it right away. Bird. They'll flip the puck back inside the Flin Flon zone. It bounces back to the Bomber net. That's picked up by Lepper. Gruner will get to it. Here's Keith Gruner. Nice pass! Up the right side. Can Muka catch up with it? Zoll will come out and play it. Maharaj gets it back on Weyburn's side of center, knocked away right on the stick that time. A Bird, long shot, picked up and held on to by Keeper, who gets rid of it right away to Marsden. Up the boards to Semp. Here's Cohen Semp. Semp played that one back to Ringer up the right side. Carmen broke that one up, intercepted by Semp, right back out to Ringer. Ringer. Marsden, a hard drive, good save. Puck loose, Semp can't get a stick on it. Great opportunity there, a nice hard shot here by Marsden. Here's Piccinino. Back the blue line again. Marsden will send it to Mounier. Walks in, shoots it. Great save. Zoll, he's there. And Flin Flon getting a few chances. But boy, Angelo Zoll, I don't know about you, Mike, but he looks like a very confident goaltender to me.
Well, he should. But the Bombers actually removing the puck. A great shot by Kyle Marsden there. That's what they got to do and make it tough on Zoll if they're going to take those long shots. We always say it, Rob, you're not going to beat them on those long shots unless there's somebody in front, somebody there to tip it, somebody there for the rebound.
Well, he almost got that one with Semp. There was a bit of a rebound there. The puck is picked up by the Wings. That's a high stick by Piccinino. Oxelgren, he'll pick it up. He grabs a hold of Semp. Puck loose to the Weyburn net. Flin Flon after it. Somebody lost a stick there. It looked like it came loose. Winger holds it in. Oxelgren's got a hold of somebody along the boards. Can't make out the Flin Flon number. Fans are screaming. Piccinino puts it back to blue line. That's intercepted here by Fitzgerald, but he'll get the return pass. Fitzgerald to center. Flipped it off the board. Smith Davis will race after it. Oxelgren in there as well. Puck chip back to the Bomber net. Flipped out that time by Semp. Back across the Weyburn line. Chacker body. Gets it ahead to Oxelgren. Here's the pass to Smith Davis. Inside the Flin Flon zone. Smith Davis shaking off Mounier. Smith Davis to the corner. Hunk's in there. He digs it free. Chacker body got a stick on it. He'll hold the puck in. Chacker body throws it back out front. Smith Davis has got a hold. It spins, fires. Good shot. And keeper had to be quick. And I'll tell you what, Matthew Keeper might not be able to let another puck in tonight if they're going to win this game.
No,
not to put pressure on him. But
no, he can't hear us. But you're right, Rob. The Bombers have to start helping him out a little bit here too, and clearing people from in front of the net and helping them out, clear the pucks and get the pucks out of their zone.
I've never seen Flin Flon lose as many puck battles as they lost tonight.
Absolutely. It's just that the Red Wings are just going after it harder.
Yeah, they've been impressive again here in the early going. There's a nice check by Hunks back of the goal. Didn't stop Legrandeur, though, as he knocked it down. Now DK has it. DK will circle the blue line. Made a good move there. DK hangs on. Swings that pass. There's a chance. Ripped wide that time. Might have glanced off the crossbar.
I think it did.
A chance that time by Chacker body. Lee's looking at the referee. Thought maybe he should have got a penalty there as he hauled down Sale back of the net.
I believe Mr. Lees was lucky on that one. I think it could have been a penalty.
Well, he looked up at the referee right away. He thought that maybe there was a chance. 3 minutes to go. Opening period. 16-8 the shots for Weyburn. And they lead this game 2-0 on goals by Martin and Fitzgerald, their first of the playoffs. And like we mentioned, Martin, a real late addition, wasn't added to the roster until right before the game.
Right.
Big face-off here between Ruthven and Gruner. Gruner wins the face-off. Flin Flon try to get it out. It comes out and rolls back the Weyburn blue line. There's Carmen. Back to Betson at center. Got to come back to Maharaj. Sent back inside the Weyburn zone. Carmen will race back to get it. Ruthven can't knock it down. Picked up back of the goal here by Muka. He's knocked down. Puck is underneath him. 2.5 to go in the period. Ruthven will dig it free for the wings. He'll flip this back to Maharaj. Maharaj chipped it off the boards. Couldn't get it out, though. Now comes out. Gruner. He'll pick it up. He'll rip it back in. Sound like a broken record, but I mentioned this in last night's game. Flin Flon really, if they could get a goal late in the period here, would go so far. Lepper back up the middle, chipped in over top of the net that time by Muka, but unfortunately for him and the team, it'll clear the glass and go out of play. 2:11 remaining. And boy, the Whitney Forum, very, very quiet again here tonight.
Yeah, the fans could do the Bombers a favor. Oh, we got a little something here with Marsden and Smith Davis.
They quickly get them separated. And Schmidt will line up for the face-off here against Stinton just outside the Flin Flon Bomber blue line. You're right, Smith Davis and Marsden are still having words as Smith Davis skates off the ice here. And I'm not sure they're saying somebody came off late. Moldley will come off. Smith Davis will come back out there.
Surprisingly, Marsden is having words with Smith Davis. Marsden doesn't hold back.
No, he was having words with Maharaj before last night's game. Puck comes back inside the Flin Flon zone. Nice job by Seitz to tap that back to center. Schmidt will tap it ahead. Puck laying outside the Flin Flon Bomber blue line. Now 2 minutes remaining here in this opening period. Weyburn in front 2-0. Puck still sitting on the blue line. Finally, they've seen enough, and they'll blow that down. Of course, we'll have a look at the McDonald's out-of-town scoreboard coming up the opening intermission. The other game between the Mustangs and the Yorkton Terriers hasn't officially started yet. Big win from Alfred last night, 6-1, the defending league champions. And boy, they haven't missed a beat again this year.
No, they sure haven't.
9 losses in the entire season. That's less than what Flin Flon had last year.
Yeah.
What a job Trevor Blevins has done there, and as a result was awarded the SJHL Coach of the Year. Tell you what, you could have went with either Cody Mapes or Emery Olafson would have been good picks as well. The other two finalists, of course, have had great years as well. Stinton at center will pick up the loose puck. He'll race across the Weyburn line. Gets a chance off the blocker that time. It was Zoll back of the net. Stinton looking to pick it up. Man out of room. There's Retyu and DK. Knocked it from him. Puck will float back of the Weyburn net. Ewan tried to get on top of it. Puck is loose. Held along the boards that time by Oxelgren. Puck squirts free. Picked up by Stinton. A chance, and he'll fire that on target. And Zoll just knows where to be, doesn't he?
Yeah. Wyatt was at an odd angle there, but yeah, you're right, Rob. He's just a solid goaltender.
1:07 to go, opening period. 2-0 Weyburn leads it. The shot 16-10 in favor of the Wings as well. On the ridge on Amish shot clock, here's a big face-off inside the wing zone, the left of the goaltender Zoll. And his ringer will line up against Betson. Betson wins the face-off. Chakrabarty will pick it up. Puck hits a stick. Wings get it to center. Maharaj, he's looking for Betson, but missed him. And that'll be an icing call against the Wings. So another chance for Flin Flon here late in the period. 56 seconds remaining.
Yeah, you're right, Rob. It would do the Bombers a huge boost to get a quick goal here with 56 seconds left.
Ringer, Piccinino, Semp, Hunks, and Leopard. Thing is, they never win the face-off. Chakrabarty wins another one. They never have possession of the puck in the offensive zone. Ruthven will get it back. Boy, what a textbook period by Weyburn again. Here comes Chakrabarty back to center. He'll skate the puck across the Bomber line. He'll hang on to it, throws it back out front. Picked up Maharaj, a chance! Great save there by keeper. Oh, that one could have really been lights out. Maharaj scored the last minute last night. He comes close again tonight. A great save by Matthew Keeper, who's keeping Flin Flon in, and it could be a lot worse. Piccinino picked it up. He'll fire that one off the blocker that time of Zoll. Wings get the rebound. Chakrabarty will play that one back to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald quickly across the Bomber line. Going wide here on Tanchuk, and he'll lift that puck over top of the net. Picked up out front, fired on target, save made. Wings are after it. They almost jam it in again. They're looking for that loose puck in front of the Bomber net, who is going to... Bombers just desperately try to get out of the period without any more damage being done. Here's Hunks. And that's going to do it. What a period by Weyburn. I think they were better tonight, Mike, than they were last night.
Well, I'll tell you this, Rob. Weyburn's a better hockey team right now than the Flin Flon Bombers. The Bombers are capable, trust me. But that period, the Weyburn Red Wings were far, far better. So we'll have to see. I know Mike Reagan is not happy. I've watched him on the bench, and nor should he be. The Weyburn Red Wings are just beating them. They're, as advertised, as I say, they're so fast. Mike not happy with the referee.
I think Mike is upset about that first goal, about a high stick.
Yeah,
I did
maybe.
get a text from a couple of people that are watching it on Flow TV. But again, in the referee's defense, if you don't have replay, how can you prove it?
And if you don't make that initial
Unless I guess
call.
it's really obvious, I guess.
Yeah. There was a stick up high. I just didn't see that if it was tipped or not.
I'll tell you what, though, I know that's a bit of a backbreaker, Mike, but the Bombers have bigger problems than that high stick ball. They got to find a way to contain this Weyburn team, and they got to find a way to get some sustained pressure and get some chances to try to get back in the hockey game.
They're so lucky that the score is only 2-0. They can thank Matt Keeper for that. He made some great saves. That last one on his shoulder was fantastic.
That's the save of the night for him.
Yeah. I think the best Bomber, besides Matt Keeper, was Carter Cormier. He came out.
He's been hustling.
Reed Arbery, too. So they got to get the rest going. I watched Leighton Carruthers on the power play. He goes straight to the front of the net. I love how he plays. So
he had a good chance.
We're going to see if he can get going in this second period.
We'll take a break. The first intermission show for the Co-op coming up with the Bombers. Down a pair of goals early here again tonight. All Weyburn so far on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Craft a career you're proud of with the Culinary Arts Program at University College of the North. From prepping ingredients to perfecting presentation, you'll learn to craft dishes and a career from the ground up. UCN's Culinary Arts Program will help you feel the pride of creating something beautiful from scratch. Gain the experience you need to thrive in any commercial kitchen. Apply now for fall 2025 and start dreaming of all the places culinary arts could take you. Visit ucn.ca. UCN. Here you can.
Are you going to Tana or University College of the North? sa tinutigis kinomagay nao ay kanto paten nao ucn.ca ucn ewutagan tagi-Hispano.
The North of 53 Co-op is making it more convenient for you to buy Canadian. Keep an eye out on the little maple leafs beside your favorite items so you know where they came from. It can be tough knowing what's what, but the Co-op is making it easier. From fresh items, natural and organic, to things that you use each and every day, the Co-op wants you to have a fridge, freezer, and pantry that you can be proud of. The true, strong, and North of 53 Co-op, you're at home there.
Insurance matters, and so does where you get it. Flin Flon Insurance proudly serves Manitoba and Saskatchewan, helping you select the perfect policy, not only for your home and vehicle, but for your business, travel, and health needs. Family-owned, Flin Flon Insurance offers personalized service and solutions. Visit them at 100 Main Street or flinfloninsurance.ca. Insurance matters, and so do you. Flin Flon Insurance wishes the best to the Bombers on their playoff run.
You're on.
And welcome back to Whitney Forum. Rob Hart, Mike Slip, as we recap that first period scoring summary. And the Wings get an early goal again tonight. Mike Slip, Martin, just, hey, you get the puck on your stick, you shoot it. I really don't think that Matthew Keeper saw it. And I give Weyburn credit because I think most goalies in this league, if they see the shots are going to stop them, they got in front. They created some havoc.
Yeah.
And Martin able to get his first to playoffs, an unassisted goal to open things up at 6:04. Fitzgerald comes back. What a beautiful goal for him. Won the puck battle. Got the puck behind the net, picked it up, a nice wraparound. His fourth of the playoffs, actually. Unassisted as well at 13:34. But we talk about these puck battles. And I've been watching Bomber for a long time, as you have, and I've never seen him lose as many puck battles as they were in that first period tonight.
And you said it too, Rob, face-offs. They're not winning face-offs.
No.
Face-offs are so important, whether it's in the defensive zone or the offensive zone. You lose the face-off, you're giving them the other team a chance to score. So the Bombers have been so good in the face-off circle this year, and not tonight, I'll tell you that.
No, and the funny thing is, in last night's game, especially in the second period, Flin Flon was winning all the face-offs, and as a result, we're getting chances, but Weyburn bared down, won a lot of face-offs in the third, especially late in the game, but the one thing I noticed about this, too, we talk about Weyburn not making a lot of mistakes, Mike, they're really prepared.
They are.
I mean, Flin Flon has not been able to figure anything really out yet.
No.
I mean, they've had the quick starts, they put them back on their heels, and Flin Flon has not been able to penetrate the zone. Obviously, penetration and getting the job done and able to convert and make things happen. They've done that. But I think they're very well prepared coming in. And we saw it last night. And boy, like I told you, they look better to me tonight.
Yeah, they're shutting down the big guns. Gruner.
Execution was the word I was looking for.
Right. Gruner, Piccinino, Ringer. These guys haven't had a chance. They're all over them, and so I think that goes to preparation, and then they're executing, like you say, Rob. Textbook period by the Weyburn Red Wings.
So once again, the goals tonight. Martin his first at 6:04. Fitzgerald comes back with his fourth at 13:34. A 2-0 Wing lead. They also put 18 shots on the Bomber net. 18-11 is the shots in favor of the Wings after 20 minutes of play. The Bombers 0 for 1 on the power play. Weyburn still waiting for their first opportunity. In the playoffs, when Flin Flon trails after one period of play, they've certainly struggled. When they trail after one, the Bombers are sitting at 1-2. When the Wings lead after one period of play, their record is 3-1. So the Wings, when they lead after one, 3-1. When the Bombers trail after one, 1-2. In the regular season, when Flin Flon trailed after one period of play, it didn't happen very often. But when it did, the Bombers were 5-7-2-1. In the regular season, when Weyburn led after two, 24-2-1.
Wow.
And the way that Zoll's playing and the way they're playing in front of them, chances are going to be few and far between. Flin Flon, they need to get a goal. The sooner the better. They cannot afford to go down by 3 in this game.
Absolutely not. They need that goal. They need something to spark them. Mike Reagan said last night they came out flat. Well, they came out flat again tonight. So
is it so much that, or just how good Weyburn's playing?
Well, yeah, you're right. Let's give Weyburn credit. They've been playing fantastic.
Maybe a combination of both.
Yeah.
And like you mentioned earlier in the game tonight, they want that puck more.
They do. They're just a better team. right now, as we speak, they are a better team. I'm not saying that they're better overall, but right now they're a better
They're playing
team.
better for sure.
Exactly right, Rob.
And for whatever reason, Mike, they'd love to play. You heard their coach, and you've heard the numbers. They like to play on the road, and they've been very fun to watch here so far in the first couple of games.
Yeah.
We'll take a break. We're going to come back with Joey Lees. He's our Creighton Pizza player profile. Also one of the four players up for the RBC Ambassador Award. He won it last year. Very popular guy, of course, here in his home community. He can't get out to an event quick enough. We'll chat with Joey. We'll talk a little bit about that and his thoughts so far on the playoff run and what's happening in this Weyburn series as well. So Joey Lees, our Creighton Pizza player profile when we return. You're listening to Creighton Furniture, Flin Flon Bomber Hockey on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Clear.
Northland Ford proudly supports the Flin Flon Bombers in the SJHL playoffs, and we know they'll play tough like the Ford F-150, the toughest truck on the market for over 45 years and counting. Northland Ford is helping the community cheer on the Bombers as they fight to bring a championship back home where it belongs, and will provide you with the best selection to choose from in the North for the North. Northland Ford, the dealership you tell your friends about.
It's the middle of the night.
I know, but I want pizza, Italian, Greek, Chinese, burgers, fried chicken, salad, appetizers, and dessert. I gotta be up early. This could take weeks.
Creighton's Pizza has all that. Your one-stop shop for all your food cravings.
Oh, so I don't have to spend days running around?
Creighton's Pizza has homemade goodness cooked with love, open 3 to 10:30 daily.
Of course. And good thing I don't have to be combative regarding the final piece.
Think again, bucko. Creighton's Pizza, 688-2080. Fight for the last slice.
You're on.
Profile local product Joey Lees joins us. Joe, great year for you and the team so far. Let's touch back to the last series. I know Humboldt, maybe a little bit tougher opponent than people thought, but when you guys needed to rise to the occasion, you did just that, and that was an amazing way to wrap up that series. 14 goals, you scored one of them from 14 different guys. That just shows the depth of this team.
Yeah, I think we have a really deep team here, and again, 14 straight, but 2 shutouts back-to-back for keeper. It's huge for him and huge for our team. We really take pride in playing a strong defensive game. So I think in the last 2 games, our defensive game and our physicality really took over and kind of took the life and energy out of Humboldt. And then again, we're a really deep team, and we just capitalized on our opportunities and found a way to come out of that series, which was nice. And yeah, we're looking forward to round 2, obviously, and yesterday having a little bit of a slow start, but looking forward for tonight.
Level with me, when they tied up the series at 2 in the first round, were you guys a little bit concerned going back here for Game 5?
I wouldn't say concerned. We're just we were ready. I mean, we didn't really expect us to get it done in 4, I guess, but we know our strengths, and we knew that it was going to be a long series, a hard-fought series, a physical series, which it really was, and we were just prepared for it.
A lot different last night. I mean, Weyburn doesn't throw they do a lot of things well, but body contact is not their forte. Did you guys have a tough time containing their speed early in the game?
I think they came out ready to play, and honestly, we didn't. We were kind of asleep at the wheel at the start, and they came out flying on all cylinders, and we didn't really weather their storm, and it was 3-0 after 1, so that kind of tells the story there.
Good teams can come through adversity. You did it the last round, and let's face it, this is the biggest game of the season so far for your team here tonight.
Yeah, going to Weyburn 1-1 series sounds really good to me, honestly. They've come here, and they're looking for a split, and they've got their first one, but we're looking for this one tonight, and yeah, I'm excited for it.
What will be the keys for you guys to bounce back here tonight, Joe?
Starting on time. Again, yesterday, 3-0 after the first. It's a pretty big hole to dig out of with 2 periods, especially it's the playoffs. I mean, you're not seeing 9-0 much sort of thing. So coming out hot, and I think getting the first one for us. When we get the first one, we are a really dangerous team, and not many teams can come back when we're in front. So yeah.
Especially here at the Whitney Forum with the crowd behind you.
Yeah, exactly. This crowd has been phenomenal for us all season long, and especially in the playoffs. Round 1, it was crazy in here. In round 2, they kind of shut the barn up, I guess, at the start of the game yesterday, but we're ready to get the fans into it tonight early on.
big boost to get Leighton Carruthers back, and we saw what he was capable of early in the Humboldt series.
Yeah, he's a gamer. He comes to play. He's a professional. He prepares every single day. He grinds. Huge for our lineup. I think we talked about depth a little earlier, and when you got a guy who's I think he's a goal per game in the playoffs right now. I mean, that's huge for anyone's lineup.
And he'll help your power play, too.
Yeah, exactly. Our power play, we had a little bit of trouble yesterday, but again, this guy's big body, does a lot of things well, and had a guy like that in your lineup, you're happy, so yeah.
And he makes everybody else better, too. Quickly, Joe, let's talk about this RBC Ambassador Award. You're the representative for Flin Flon, one of the finalists. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, always a pleasure. It's my second year. Honestly, the town of Flin Flon's been great to me. Hometown, love it here. These fans, again, talked about our fan base. It's awesome every single night, and it's not just in the rink. It's outside the rink too. Every single day when we're walking around town or we're out for coffee or something, just the little conversations you have with the people of Flin Flon. It's just great.
Well, and you grew up in this community. You dreamed about being a Bomber, and like we talked about, of course, you got a chance to play with your brother last year. That's a very special thing in itself, and I know you love the Bombers, but you really love this community.
Yeah, I really do. I mean, again, you said it. Playing for your hometown community is super special. You dream of this stuff, and right now to be in the playoffs, again, dream of it, and best time of the year, honestly. But to the town of Flin Flon, just want to say thank you, and yeah, it's going a long run here.
I know your community stuff, we talked a little bit about this the last time, but I know you really love working with the kids. I know you're big at the school. I know if there's any event in town, kids and families are there that you can't get there quick enough.
Yeah, I love being around the kids, and it's just fun to see a smile on their face. I remember being one of those kids, and when Bombers would come out, and I remember one time I think it was my brother's birthday, and there was a couple Bombers that came out, and we just played street hockey, and it was awesome. Just remembering things like that and doing everything I can for the kids to have the same feeling I did growing up, and yeah, it's just super special.
Well, I just heard a story the last day or so. A friend of mine lives in Snow Lake. He brought his grandson here, and apparently you signed a puck and gave it to him, and that's one of the happiest. Do you remember? I think it just happened the last couple of days. Young fellow, I think he lives in southern Manitoba now. Big Bomber fan, big Joey Leafs fan. You gave him that puck, and boy, you sure made his day.
Yeah, again, it's you can't do enough of that. The community's giving back to me, and the fans been great, and the kids, again, you just love seeing those smiles on their faces and them having a good time. Like signing a puck, it's not hard to do. It's not hard to be a fun guy to be around and to be nice. It's not hard. So I really take pride in that, and yeah.
Listen, Joe, congratulations again on being nominated. I think you won it last year. Good luck doing that, and good luck to you and your team here tonight. A big game here at the Whitney Forum. But thanks for your time, and it's always great to catch up with you.
Yes, thank you very much.
Joey Lees, one of the finalists for the RBC Ambassador of the Year Award, and our Creighton Pizza Player Profile, 1029 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
During the next little while, you're going to hear some things about spicy this and boldness that. But now more than ever, let's get those elbows up and hold high a regular KFC famous chicken sandwich. We all have a choice to make, and some of us have made it before, and some of us are maybe going to make it for the first time. There is a time and place to spice things up, but for now, let's all unify our support behind the regular KFC famous chicken sandwich. Paid for by the official agent for the regular KFC famous chicken sandwich.
Help make your smile be the best it can be with Spring Hill Dental, offering a wide variety of treatments and services, and now they bring the denture expertise of Manuke and Coster Denturists from Winnipeg. They do dentures, repairs, relines, and new complete and partial dentures. Maintain your smile by scheduling an appointment in person at their location at Atinica Mall or by calling 204-623-1999. Spring Hill Dental, open Monday through Thursday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and open until 4 p.m. on Fridays.
Spring Hill Dental in the Paw.
Take advantage of the Maytag Dependable Savings Event on now at Creighton Furniture and Appliance Center. Save $150 with the purchase of 2 qualifying kitchen appliances, or if you purchase 3 or more qualifying kitchen appliances, you can save $300. Get hundreds of dollars in savings just by shopping Maytag. Get that appliance you've always wanted with the Maytag Dependable Savings Event on now at Creighton Furniture and Appliance Center.
You're up.
All right, we're back in the Whitney Foreman. It's about set to kick off the second period. A 2-0 Weyburn lead. Betson will take the face-off against Gruner. And the Bombers will dump the puck in, needing something good to happen in a hurry here. Carmen will get a hold of that one. Here's Betson. Big goal in last night's game. Gets that back to Maharaj at center. He'll dump that puck in. Muka try to get back. Betson lines him up. They tie up in the corner. Maharaj will dig it free. Back over to Carmen. Flip that puck in towards the front of the net. It goes wide. Picked up by Ruth. And out front, there's a chance. A big save. Rebound. Betson getting some room. And the Wings taking over right where they left off in the opening period, Mike, with a couple great chances. Boy, they just know where to be.
Absolutely. But a couple of great saves by Matt Keeper.
Like you mentioned, he's got to start getting some help here.
Absolutely. They just sort of stood and watched there.
Boy, the Wings have looked so good here. The 3-1 victory last night, a 2-0 lead tonight. They almost make it 3-0 here. The first 30 seconds into the second period. Here's a stretch pass. Piccinino will pick it up on the fly. Nice job. Flipped it out front, but knocked away. He'll get it back. Swings it back to blue line. Holmes a chance. There's a shot. That didn't miss by much. I'm not sure if Zoll saw it or not. I think he got a piece of it anyway. But fun. Needing the next goal. Luke Lepper will poke that one back to Ringer. He's tied up in front of the benches. Wings will bring it across the Bomber line. That's Fitzgerald. For Smith Davis. Lepper will ride him to the corner. Piccinino. He'll knock it down. It's taken right off his stick. Another chance cutting in front. That one knocked away from Fitzgerald. It comes back to blue line. Chakrabarty will hold it in. Chakrabarty throws it back out front. Goes through the legs of Semp. Goes back to the Bomber net. Semp will get it back. Here's Cohen Semp. Just able to get the puck ahead. Good forecheck by the Wings so far tonight. Here's Holmes. He'll tap that one back in. Chakrabarty got a piece of it off his glove. Goes to the corner. Now he'll bring it up the ice. What a year he had. Led all rookies in points. All defensemen as well. Lees knocks that one down. Holds it in. Joey Lees trying to make something happen. Throws it back in the Weyburn net. There's Cormier. Back out front to Lees. Won't shoot it. Works it back to blue line. Here's a chance now for Marsden. His shot got blocked. Wings have something going. Sale will tap that one ahead for DK. DK gets away. DK in a loaded backhander, and he can't finish it up. But boy, did he blow by Mounier there. Mounier looked like he had a step on him, and he still was able to beat him and get down the ice and get a great chance. Boy, that DK, you talk about speed. He might be the quickest guy in the league. He showed it there, didn't he?
He sure did. He's fast.
Like I said, Mounier had a step on him, and he still got ahead of him and got that good chance. Arbery tripped up. The puck comes to center. Picked up here by Cormier. He'll dump that one in. Wings pick it up and they'll quickly move it out. Boy, the puck does not stay in their zone for long. Here's a pass ahead. Romolari took a bump that time from Tanchuk, but got the puck in deep anyway.
Oh.
Edwards intercepted. Throws it. Tried to come back out front. Hit a stick. Arbery tried to poke that one out. Knocked down here. Oxel, great a chance. That got blocked in front. Bodies flying everywhere here in the early stages of the second period. Again, Flin Flon can't clear it out. Romolar walked in. Banned on that one, but keeps it in. Finally, a penalty being called here. And I think the penalty going to go against Wyatt Stitton for a hook. So Weyburn going to go to the power play for just the third time in the series. They've struggled on the power play so far. Probably the only thing that they haven't done well in the playoffs so far. Just the 3 goals of the 33 opportunities at 9% coming in. But when you're as good 5-on-5 as they are, I guess normally you like those special teams be running full cylinder, but they've been so good 5-on-5, it hasn't been a factor for them so far.
Wyatt was cheating up ice a little bit on that series. Caught a couple of times. Last time got caught and had to get back and hook.
Good chance for the Wings to really put a stranglehold on this one if they can get a goal here. Gruner gets the puck out. Chance for a 2-on-1. Here he is with Semp. Semp to Gruner. Cuts in. Shot. What a save by Zoll. Got the left pad down on that one. Gruner, of course, 6 shorthanded goals in the regular season. Almost gets one right there. And Zoll, a terrific save. Maharaj, he'll dance across the Bomber line. He hangs on. Over to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald trying to tap that one in. Good stick save made. And the rebound is tapped back down the ice. And Chakrabarty will go back to pick it up. Chakrabarty being watched here. Look out, Piccinino knocked it away from him. looking for someone to come in and give him a little bit of an assistance here. Piccinino knocks it down. Feathers that one through. There's a chance for Hunks, and he gets drilled in front. Great look that time by Piccinino. One of the two best chances of the night for Flin Flon have both been short-handed. Ryder Ringer moves it back of the net to Lepper. He'll get a hold of it off the boards, back down the ice, and Carmen goes back to get it. 56 seconds remaining in the Weyburn power play. 16 minutes to go in the second period. Weyburn in front 2-0 on first period goals by Martin and Fitzgerald. Both 5-on-5. Sale. Can't knock it down. Picked up by Lepper again. Back down the ice it goes. Sol will make the save. Carmen will grab it. Gruner will watch him. Gruner had a good chance of the penalty kill moments ago. Carmen gets the pass to Sale. Sale at center down the left side across the Bomber line. Will bring it in deep. Got in there with Semp. Semp knocked it down. He falls down the corner. Penalty coming up here against Weyburn, I believe, this time. Hit to the head penalty going to be called. And Flin Flon will go to the power play for the second time. We mentioned they're 0 for 6 in this series, and one of their last 14 going back to the last series against the Broncos. Hit to the head being called here against Edwards. And we'll be 4-on-4 here. Then Flin Flon will be 4-on-4 for 21 seconds, and the Bombers will go to the power play for the second time here tonight. Been able to generate some chances on the penalty kill.
Yeah, a little more spark here, Rob, is the word I'm looking for.
And a couple big saves by Matthew Keeper off the hop as well. Didn't hurt. Face off in the wing zone. Lees is out there, loses the draw. Picked up here by Beard. Beard has got it. He'll take a look. Swings that pass back up to center. Here's Legrander. Able to get away from a body check. Puck will roll back in the Flin Flon zone. Lepper there. Legrander watches him. 5 more seconds of 4-on-4 hockey. Here's Luke Lepper. Lepper's got it. Lepper will skate with it to center. Gets a hold of it. Ripped it back inside the wing zone. Stinton will make his way to the box. And Flin Flon will get the extra attacker out there. Puck at the side of the Weyburn net. Picked up here by Betson. He dropped it in the corner. And that's picked up and fired back down the ice that time by Schrader. Keeper will stop this. Hunks will grab it back of his net. 1:18 to go in the power play. 14:45 in the period. Here's the pass to Ringer in full flight. Ringer down the wing. Walked in, shoots, save. Rebound out front. Carruthers can't get it to go. Boy, Ryder Ringer making something happen again. Hunks will hold it in at the right point. Throws it back to Piccinino. Here's Hunks. Shoots it. Save made. A good one. And no rebound that time with plenty of maroon jerseys in front of that Weyburn net. And boy, Angelo Zoll standing tall.
He just so aggressive on that one. He just came out and stood up in between the Bomber forwards to make that save. Great save by Angelo Zoll.
Another face-off inside the wing zone, the right of Zoll. 57 seconds to go in the power play. Keep Gruner back out there. Gruner, Carruthers, Piccinino, the forward group. And you've got Ringer and Liam Hunks on the back end. Bombers looking for a spark here on the power play. Carruthers, of course, had 3 power play goals in the Humboldt series. Hunks at the blue line. To Piccinino. Gets away from him, comes to the blue line, just held in here by Hunks. Hunks back to Piccinino. Throws it out front to Carruthers. He'll tap that back to Gruner. Still working out front to Ringer. Finds the pass to Piccinino. Back to Hunks. Still no shots. Weyburn doing a nice job. Not a lot of openings there. Ringer hangs on. Looking for a lane. He'll drop it back to Hunks instead. There's the shot. That got blocked. That time by Sale. Like we mentioned, 27 shot blocks by Weyburn in last night's game. They'll knock this puck down, and down the ice it goes. Great penalty killing here once again. Sent down the ice that time by Schmidt. Flin Flon back to collect the puck. There's 12 seconds to go in the power play. Here's Liam Hunks. Swings the pass to Joey Lees at center. He'll flip it right back in. Beard waited for it. Tapped it ahead. Flin Flon holds it in. Chance in front that time for Lees. Can't get a stick on it. Knocked back to blue line. Picked up by Semp. He overskates it. Cohen Semp. There's the chance by Tadchukin. Zoll got enough of that one to knock it off target. Back to 5 aside. Flin Flon 0 for 2 and 0 for 7 so far in this SJHL semifinal. Back to 5 skaters aside. Weyburn continues to lead the game 2-0. Flin Flon a little bit more pushback in the second period. Tanchuk at the blue line. Tanchuk a lot of room. Walks in, shoots it. Save made again by Zoll. Making it look easy, Mike Slip.
Yeah, I think the Bombers are 0 for 15 over the last little while.
They were 1 for 8 in the last game against Humboldt, so they're 1 for their last 15.
Okay, there you go.
That was the goal by Ryder Ringer.
Right.
But yeah, the power play, they didn't have Carruthers for those.
You mentioned Carruthers with 3 power play goals. He only played 2 games.
Yep.
He was a difference maker.
So the Bombers have scored 11 power play goals in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think that 9-0 game here against Humboldt, they had a few.
Yeah, Humboldt was losing their cool.
There's a penalty coming to Flin Flon right off the face-off this time. As the wings, Ruthven gets drilled. Now we'll see what the penalty is going to be this time. Somebody hammered him right off the face-off.
I'm interested to see what they're going to call here.
That's why they're discussing it. Cormier's going to take the penalty. Look, it's a charge. Thought he might get an elbowing call, but I guess it doesn't matter. It's a 2-minute penalty. Cormier will go, and Weyburn will get another look here on the power play. Still looking for their first power play goal of the series, but have had nowhere near the opportunities the Bombers have had. Just 2 last night. This will be just their, and they didn't even get a full 2 minutes the first time tonight.
That's right.
So this will be their second chance here. Off the draw, picked up by Maharaj. Grabbed though by Gruner. Down the ice it goes. And Chakrabarty will go back to get it. Here's Chakrabarty. He'll be the quarterback. He'll skate with it to center. He's across the Bomber line. Throws the puck in for Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald in the corner. Works it back to blue line. Nobody's home, and it's going to make its way back down in the wing zone. Zoll will come out, and Maharaj will pick it up. 1.5 minutes to go in the Weyburn power play. 12:22 to go in the second period. 2-0 Wings. Here comes DK. He's across the line. That got picked off. A nice job that time by Piccinino, who's been very effective on the penalty kill here so far. Sends it in on target. Zoll will glove that. And Chakrabarty will pick it up. They'll swing the pass to Maharaj. Back to DK. Boy, a lot of weapons here for the Wings as DK gets that across the line. Back to Chakrabarty. Swings the pass to Maharaj. Throws it back to the net. DK can't pick it up. Neither can Smith Davis, but Fitzgerald is there. Fitzgerald dropped it back in the corner. Picked up by Leopard. He'll get it out. Maharaj a piece of it, but he couldn't knock it down cleanly. 50 seconds remaining in the Weyburn power play. Maharaj at his blue line. And away from Ringer. Floats back inside the wing zone. Drops that puck back to Carman. Ringer will watch him, and now Carman will start things off in his own zone. Swings the pass to the Wings, but they can't get up the ice. Ruthven forced back in his own zone. Back of the goal, it goes to Carman again. Good penalty killing here by Ringer. He had 5 shorthanded goals in the regular season. There's the pass up the wing. Picked up here by Schmidt. He'll hammer it in. Comes in front of the Bomber net. Grabbed here by Lepper. Can't flip it out. Schmidt knocked it down. It's in his equipment. Went in under his sweater, so they'll blow that down. With 16 seconds to go in the wing power play and 11:09 remaining in the period. And Weyburn continues to lead this game 2-0. It's a great goaltending by Angelo Zoll, keeping the Bombers at bay.
Boy, Maharaj is a great player, too.
He sure is.
I believe he won most sportsmanlike player in the league this year.
And tremendous skater.
Yeah, fantastic.
Schmidt will take the face-off against Gruner back in the Flin Flon zone. The left of the netminder, Matthew Keeper, off the draw. Good work by Tanchuk. Puck rolled the blue line. Does come out. Wings fire it back in, but they're offside. There's 8 seconds remaining in the Weyburn power play. Here comes Liam Hunks. Retreats back in his own zone. Hunks. He'll skate with it. Liam Hunks, nice job to go to center. Hunks across the Weyburn line, trying to make something happen. Cormier's on the ice. We're back to 5 aside. His shot kicked away. Rebound in the corner. Grabbed here by Gruner. Keith Gruner to the blue line. Picked up. Fired in front. Zoll stopped that. Muka's got the rebound. Blue line again. Hunts one more time, and Zoll will turn that one away.
Farmer's much better than the start of this period, or the first half of this period, anyhow.
Getting some chances anyway.
Getting some chances, and they were a great penalty kill. So a little more spark out of the Flin Flon Bombers.
Liam Hunks, a couple good opportunities there, but Angelo Zoll has not been fooled tonight. Turned away all the pucks, and again, you gotta get some pucks a little bit tighter on him too.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely, and you get Leighton Carruthers in front of that net, or Ewan, or somebody messing with him a bit.
Bombers win the draw. Speaking of Carruthers, there's a chance, and Zoll stopped that. There's a rebound, but picked up here by Fitzgerald. Back of the net that time from Martin. He's got one of the 2 goals here tonight. Bumped off the play. Puck is then sent off the boards back in the Flin Flon zone. Marshall waits back to get it. He better be careful. Moldy on top of him. Moldy gets there at first. Throws it out front. They win another puck battle. Puck knocked down in front this time by Mounier. He can't clear it out. Tied up with Legrand. Chance in front for Edwards, but knocked off his stick. And the Bombers will pounce it off the boards back inside the wing zone. Axelgren is back to get it. Here's Oxelgren. Throws it inside the Flin Flon zone. Thought icing might be called. Waved off. Must have hit somebody. Bombers try to poke it out. Picked up here by Piccinino. Here's Piccinino. Plays it back to Mounier. Got away from him. Bombers dump it back in. Oxelgren all over this one. Here's Oxelgren. Swings the pass. Knocked away by Piccinino, but Maharaj there to tip it outside the zone. Seb trying to get on track. Swings it back to center. Here's Piccinino. Inside the wing zone. He'll bring it in deep. Back of the goal for Seb. Pass out front to Ringer. A little bit behind him. He can't find it. And the Wings will carry it out. Ruthven to center. He'll flip the puck back inside Flin Flon territory. Lepper there to retrieve the puck. 9:13 to play in the second period. Here comes Luke Lepper up the left side, dumping the puck inside Weyburn territory. Sent back of the goal. Nobody in front. It will come to the blue line. Knocked down by Lepper. Here's Holmes' chance. Save again by Zoll. Penalty coming up against the Bombers. Owen Sepp going to go for a cross check.
That's not a good penalty, Rob.
No, not when you're in the offensive zone. It's not. Third power play of the game coming up for the Wings. A cross check against Cohen Senfu.
That's a good call. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't a call that was wrong. It was just not a great play by Cohen.
Media timeout. We'll come back with a Weyburn power play. Wings in front 2-0 on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Bailey Homes provides ready-to-move homes as unique as your family. They'll be at the 102.9 CFAR Trade and Leisure Show April 24th to the 26th to answer any questions you may have. From the quality of the build to the care of the move, let Bailey Homes make your dream home a reality. They have the experience bringing custom homes to the north. Find out more by visiting bailey-homes.ca, and they'll see you at the trade show at the Sportex April 24th to the 26th.
The music's so clear. So much better than at the last party.
Thanks. It's because of my new wireless Samsung party speakers from Shane's.
Your new wireless Samsung party speakers?
No, my new wireless Samsung party speakers.
I still can't hear you over the music.
I'll tell you after the party.
Upgrade your listening experience with Samsung's wireless speakers from Shane's in the Otinike Mall. Watch, listen, play, connect.
You're on. So the Weyburn Red Wings a chance to try to add to the lead there. Third power play of the game. They're 0 for 2. Maharaj will take the face-off against Gruner. 8:59 to play in the second period. A 2-0 Weyburn lead. They're also shooting the Bombers 22-21 on the Ridge on Amos shot clock. They win the face-off. Back to DK. Leaves it there for Chakrabarty. Here's Maharaj, a chance. That got redirected off target. Picked up by Sale. He'll wrap it around the boards. Maharaj has got it. Feeds it back. Nice pass to DK. Through traffic, deflected by Sale, but off target. Smith Davis in there. Knocked it down for the Wings. Back of the net that goes to the corner. Rolls the blue line. Held in here by Chakrabarty. Along the boards for DK. Chakrabarty just holds it in. He's got the puck along the wall. He'll hang on. Throws it back to blue line to DK. DK looking for a lane. He'll give it back to Maharaj. He lets a rip. Good save. Good rebound. Good chance in front that time for Smith Davis, and he found on it. Puck is laying at the side of the net. Poked away that time by Hunks. Well, they had keeper going every which way but loose, but the Wings just couldn't convert. And the Bombers will send it the length of the ice. It should be 3-0. What a chance for Smith Davis out front. Here comes Maharaj back the other way. He'll bring it across the line. So smooth. He puts it on the boards to DK. Shot. Stop. Rebound. They score. 3-0. It's a power play goal. And that one fired in by Fitzgerald, his second of the night. And fifth of the playoffs.
Bombers caught watching again, Rob.
Boy, this Weyburn team, they've looked nothing short of fantastic here so far. Fitzgerald second of the night, and he gets the rebound in front, and he makes her go, and it's a 3-0 Weyburn lead. That'll come at the 12:10 mark here of the second period. The Bombers, once again, in a deep hole here tonight.
Bombers have to get some energy somehow, whether it's a fight, if it's a hit, or if it's a goal off the butt, they got to get something.
So Fitzgerald second of the night, fifth of the playoffs, like we mentioned. DK will get the assist. He was the key boy. He and Maharaj were just all over the puck. Could have been a penalty there against Cormier. He took down Oxelgren. Flin Flon lucky to not get shorthanded there. You talk about making something happen, Mike. You also got to be smart while you're doing that.
Yep.
Martin is back in his own zone. He'll flip that one out. Knocked down by Cormier at center. Tapped away from him. Marsden played that one back to Arbery. He'll chip it in. Martin will race after it. Lee's coming in after him. 3-0. Weyburn in front. A power play goal here by Fitzgerald. Has put them in front 3-0. Marsden at the blue line. Shot through traffic off the glove that time. There's a couple bombers will run into each other back of the net.
High stick there.
Cormier loses his helmet. He's got to get off the ice. Puck poked back to center. Picked up by Mounier. That's grabbed here by Ewan. He gets a weak shot away. The helmet laying behind the net here. Belonging to Cormier as Ewan gets to the side of the Weyburn net. Gets a couple whacks at it. 6:47 to go. And a 3-0 wing lead. 25-22 the shots as well. On the Red Zone Amos shot clock. And boy, the Whitney Forum crowd I really haven't had anything to cheer for in this game.
No, absolutely not. Bombers very lucky not to get a high sticking penalty there. I believe it was Martin who might have taken that. Not sure, but it wasn't on purpose, but it was still a high stick.
Maharaj against Stinton. The Bombers win the face-off. Here's Ewan. Spins, fires. Zoll's there. He'll grab that and hang on. Makes a good save. 6:42 to go in the period. Out-of-town scoreboard. Melfort got a 1-0 lead on Yorkton. That's midway through the opening period. A big win for the Mustangs last night. Took down the Terriers 6-1. And Zach Summers had the first goal last night's game. He's got the first goal in tonight's game as well. Manitoba Junior Hockey League playoffs. The Blizzard a 3-2 lead on Winkler late in the second period, the first game of that best-of-7 MJHL semifinal. Maharaj with his team ahead by 3 will dance up the right side across the Bomber line. Hangs on. Shot got blocked. Puck loose. Betson trying to get a stick on it. Puck laying there. Picked up here by Ewan. Knocked away from him. Puck will go back inside the wing zone. Beard is after it. Ewan on top of him. Beard plays that outside the zone. Grabbed by Holmes, and he'll fire it back in. Shots are 12-7 Flin Flon in the period, but they're not been able to solve Zoll as of yet. Zoll will grab this one. Puck lying at the side of his net. And 6:06 to go. A big power play goal by Fitzgerald. DK, the big assist. And boy, Flin Flon in a world of trouble now, down 3 goals.
Absolutely. They're playing better, though, Rob. They're
still not generating enough good chances in front of the net.
They're keeping the puck in the zone and getting it out of their zone, but they really haven't tested Angelo Zoll all that much.
Ringer will take the face-off as he'll line up here against Lucas Schmidt. Face-off inside the wing zone, the left of Angelo Zoll. Another face-off win here by the Wings, and here comes Fitzgerald. Been a big part of the story tonight. Ahead to Schmidt. His shot deflects off Tanchik's stick well over the glass and out of play. Hit that back wall with a number of Weyburn scratches that are up there watching the game tonight.
Yeah, the boys had to scramble to get out of the way of that one. That one went way up. Into the end blues, as they used to say at Maple Leaf Gardens.
5:54 remaining in the period. Flin Flon needing some type of a spark. Ringer will take the face-off against Schmidt. Off the draw. Puck will come outside the Weyburn zone, and Chakrabarty will have to race back. He's got plenty of time. Semp will get in there now and try to chase him down. Chakrabarty's got it. He'll skate with it. Center ice, hangs on, flips that across the Bomber line. It goes wide. Puck picked up quickly, but Wings try to center. That one got knocked down. Flin Flon will get it out. Here comes Ryder Ringer to center. He's got Semp with him. Trying to flip it ahead. Knocked away. Schmidt comes back to get it, plays it back to Smith Davis, a little bit out of his reach. Tanchuk back to center. Here comes Piccinino. Piccinino flying down the wing. Piccinino gets the puck inside the wing zone. Throws it back to blue line to Hunks. Back out front. Walking in, Marsden a chance, and again, Zoll is there. And you notice they're keeping all the shots to the outside.
Absolutely. Ryder Ringer in front of the net taking some abuse. He was looking for a penalty. I think it was just good hockey by the Weyburn Red Wings in front of the net there. But
like I said, it's textbook the way that they've been playing.
Absolutely.
Face off back inside the wing zone. Flin Flon will try to go at her again. 5:14 remaining in the period. Wings out shooting Flin Flon 25-24 on the Ridge on Amos shot clock, but the 3-0 lead a little bit better for them. Second night in a row, they built up a 3-0 lead. Flin Flon did get 1 goal back last night and have not been able to beat Zoll so far in this game. Puck is flipped out. Here's Oxelgren after it at center. He'll put that one back in for Sale. Sale's got it, a backhander wide of the mark. DK in there, got the assist on the power play goal. He takes down Muka, and the Bombers will fire it back inside Weyburn territory. Puck is chipped along the glass. Comes back to center. Sale will get it, pushes it back to Bomber blue line. Marsden Back to Mounier. Tap back in that time by Gruner. Puck will roll in the front of the Weyburn net. Zoll not taking any chances. He'll hang on as Oxelgren and Muka will take a couple whacks at each other. 4:37 to go. And Weyburn, that big power play goal here in the second period.
Yeah, huge.
Does the crowd look stunned, disappointed?
Yeah. You don't hear this rink this quiet. Somebody's got something loud. They're trying to get them going, though.
Lead set for the big face-off here as they'll line up against Ethan DK. Weyburn in front, 3-0. Game 2 of the SJHL semifinal. Wings have yet to lose on the road in the playoffs, and they look good again tonight. Here comes DK, speaking of looking good as he'll dump that one in. Picked up here, back at it by Holmes. They'll work it up to Arbery. Arbery back to center. Knocked away from him. Puck set back in football territory. There's keeper out of the net. Into the corner this time for Leopard. Leopard's had some good moments in this game tonight. Feeds that one ahead to Lees. He's across the line. Lees will get it in deep. Puck is bouncing. Lees after it in the corner. Works at the blue line. Oh, it gets away from Leopard over top of his stick. You know what he's thinking? Get the shot away and maybe just jumped on it too fast.
Yeah, the puck seems to be jumping, though, Rob, a bit.
Stretch pass for Semp. That's too far. Icing against the Bombers.
When I say that, it's not jumping for the Weyburn Red Wings. So.
No, but they're carrying the puck across the line a lot too. Like I said, I think they look better tonight. They did in last night's game, and they looked pretty good yesterday.
Well, confidence and is a big thing, and they gained a lot after last night's game, I'm sure.
Bombers win the draw. They get it up the ice. That's kicked away at center. Nice defensive play that time by Beard. He'll flip it in. Lepper, back of his own net, has Maharaj all over him. And a very, very good forecheck here by Weyburn as well. Flin Flon does not have a lot of time. Maharaj gets that one free. Here's Ruthven. Got to come back out front to Maharaj. A little bit behind him. He'll bump that time with Holmes. Maharaj always moving. He's never sitting still. Puck rolled back to the Bomber net. Lepper tried to get a stick on it. Picked up instead that time by Ruthven. Then he overskated it. Semp will get it back. He'll flip it back to center. Here's Holmes. He'll jump into the play. He'll dump that one in for Piccinino. Carmen back to get it. Piccinino knocked it to the ice. Puck is laying back of the net. Ruthven knocked off the puck. Wings have it. Carmen, his backhander, picked up by Ruthven. Back to Maharaj. He's been out there for a long time. Maybe some tired Wings right now. Maybe Flin Flon can get a break. Here comes Liam Hunks. He'll take off down the left side. Liam Hunks gets a chance. Zoll stopped that. Rebound back out front, but knocked away this time by Carmen. Carmen will flip it ahead. Betson a good move at center. Feeds that back to Maharaj before Muka caught him. Sends it in on target. Out of the glove that time of Matthew Keeper. 2.5 to play in the second period. Here comes Muka to center. Knocked off his stick. Puck is picked up by Schmidt. Lifted back inside the Flin Flon zone. Here's Townchuk. Townchuk back of the net. He'll pick it up. He rips that around the boards. Off the glass, back down the ice. And icing to be called here against Flin Flon with 2:50. We got a hurt Bomber in behind the play here. Did you see what happened? It's Townchuk, the captain.
Yeah, I did not see what happened. He cleared that puck around, so maybe there was a hit late as the puck went down the ice. I don't know.
Townchuk down. The Bomber trainer will come out to assist him. Well, the Bombers could not afford to lose him.
No, absolutely not, especially with Yakimchuk out of the lineup.
Yakimchuk says he should be good to go in Weyburn on Tuesday, but still, you don't want to lose Yakimchuk.
This is your leader.
So what happened there, Mike, exactly?
I don't know for sure, Rob. Cole rimmed the puck down the ice for the icing, and he must have took a hit after the puck left his stick. I don't know. I didn't see it, but he's really struggling.
Going to stay in the game, though. So 2:15 remaining. Townchuk shake it up. He'll make his way back to the Bomber bench. I think they'd have to. How you'd ever get him to come out of a game is beyond me.
He's in some discomfort over there for sure.
Fourth year Flin Flon Bomber, been to the finals 3 times, hoping they can do it again, but they got a lot of work to do against this very good Weyburn team. Again, the Wings are built for this season, and they've been really firing on all cylinders so far in these first 2 games. And a chance by Sale on target. Nice glove save that time by Matthew Keeper.
I think it's his shoulder, Rob. I hate to say, but it looks.
You're right. He looks like it's tough to tell, but he's definitely in a lot of pain there. I thought it was his knee. I think it's something lower. Maybe his groin. He's down on the bench there, and they're trying to give him an ice pack or something.
Yeah, you're right, Rob. He's got an ice pack sort of down on his hip.
Schmidt will take the face-off against Gruner. Off the face-off, there's a chance for Smith-Davis, and that one got blocked. Puck laying back in the Bomber net. Gruner looking for a little bit of room here. Left that one there for Hunks. Liam Hunks knows the wings well, played against him a lot in his Notre Dame tenure. Pass it in the middle to Carruthers. He'll drop that one back to Muka. He'll race in after it. Ryder Muka can't pick it up back of the net. Wings have it. They'll skate with it again. Picked up here by Oxelgren. Back to Fitzgerald. 2 goals for him in this game. Schmidt will tap that one back inside the Flin Flon zone. Lepper's got it. 1.5 minutes remaining in the second period. Here's the pass. Picked up by Carruthers. Back to center ice. Muka trying to get that back to Gruner. I think it was hit with a high stick, and that's why they're going to blow this one down.
If you look over at Cole Tanchuk now, Rob, you see he's holding that ice pack to his rib area, his right rib area.
Hopefully he'll be okay. 1-0 Melfort, like we said, leading Yorkton late in the opening period as Zach Summers has got his 5th of the playoffs. Scored in last night's game. Yorkton started off well last night, from my understanding. Tried to take it to them physically, but didn't go too well when the Mustangs woke up. And the defending league champions looking good in their big postseason run as well. A 1-0 lead there after winning 6-1 in the opener last night. Puck chipped over top of the Bomber net. Wings would like to get one more here if they can. That one knocked away by Piccinino. Piccinino racing down to the ice. Piccinino cutting in. Piccinino, can he get the finish up? No.
Penalty.
Gonna drop penalty. Chakrabarty got a hold of it. He'll get the rebound. Hangs on, shoots it. That gets blocked. Delayed penalty coming up against the Wings, like Mike Slip indicated. Ringer at the blue line. A lot of room. Ringer hangs on, shoots it, save, rebound, kick to the corner again. Bombers hold it in. Delayed penalty coming up against Weyburn. Here's a chance. Mounier to Ringer. Ringer looking for a lane to shoot the puck. Feeds it back to Marsden. Marsden's chance! Blocked in front. And it gets away from Ringer. Comes back to the point. Marsden will hold it in. There's 27 seconds remaining. Flin Flon's got the pressure going. Arbery back of the net. There's Gruner. Up the boards. Mounier. He'll knock it down. Mounier poked it ahead. Gruner trying to tap that back to Piccinino. And finally knocked down here by
holding.
Schrader of the Wings.
I got it in my head that he might have called a penalty shot there, Rob, but
no, but he got a chance in one. But you know what? There's good penalties and bad penalties. That's a good penalty by Chakrabarty to take. It's a scoring chance, right? A wide open opportunity.
Absolutely. Mounier and Maraja having words. They were sort of at each other that last shift. But nice play by Anthony Piccinino. No give up in Anthony Piccinino. No give up in the Flin Flon Bombers either. They've had a decent period here.
12 seconds to go. Third power play of the night. Roger Armstrong, our Pepsi power play contestant. That's his box at the Walmart. There's a chance for Gruner. Didn't miss by much. I don't think Zoll saw it. Back to Hunks. Has to hurry. Shoots it off a stick over top of the glass and out of play. 0.3 of a second on the clock. We'll see Flin Flon probably load everybody to the one side, and if they can't get the goal, it'll carry over here to the third period.
I would think about maybe pulling Matthew Keeper out of that net, but
we'll see.
Maybe not enough time.
No. 0.3 of a second on the clock. And a face-off inside the wing zone. The left of Angelo's goal. 69 shots for Flin Flon in the second period, but they find themselves down by a score of 3-0. A big power play goal here by Fitzgerald. They'll drop the puck. That'll do it. And Weyburn will take a 3-0 lead in the room with Angelo Zoll in the zone.
He sure is. Not a ton of big saves required by Angelo Zoll, but he made the saves when he needed to. Matt Keeper made some great saves in that period. I'm just gonna try to keep my eye out for Cole Tanchuk. There he is. Yeah, he's struggling. He's holding that against the right rib area.
Must have went down hard after like you mentioned, he got the puck down the ice. Must have went down hard in the zone. Anyway, we'll take a break. The second intermission show coming up here, courtesy of the Co-op tonight. It is a 3-0 Weyburn lead. A power play goal by Fitzgerald has put the Bombers in a tough spot here after 2. We'll take a break. Second intermission show straight ahead on 102.9 CFER and FlinFlonOnline.com.
There are many reasons to get new furniture, but if you need some help convincing yourself, Creighton Furniture is there to show you some new and interesting items that may just scream you. Furniture is the backdrop to our lives, for sitting and sleeping, but also to express our sense of style. And as our needs change, so should our furniture. You can stop teasing yourself with pictures of someone else's stuff. Drop into Creighton Furniture today and get some drool-worthy pieces of your own. They're here, they're local, and they have it all. Creighton Furniture, make it your first stop.
Northland Ford proudly supports the Flin Flon Bombers in the SJHL playoffs, and we know they'll play tough like the Ford F-150, the toughest truck on the market for over 45 years and counting. Northland Ford is helping the community cheer on the Bombers as they fight to bring a championship back home where it belongs, and will provide you with the best selection to choose from in the North for the North. Northland Ford, the dealership you tell your friends about.
Bubbly sparkling water is the best. It has the fizz that gives the zest. With lots of flavors, there's no contest, cause you know bubbly.
What are you doing?
Just rapping about bubbly sparkling water to tell people how good it is.
Is that really necessary?
Well, you know, I wanted to,
Why don't you just tell them that bubbly sparkling water has no sugar, no calories, and it gives you that refreshing and delicious taste you crave?
I think that's a better idea.
Arctic Beverages, proud supplier of bubbly sparkling water. Crack a smile.
You're on.
Well, the Bombers are going to have to try and find their legs and try and come back from a 3-goal deficit here tonight. Just the 1 goal in the second period, but a big one from Fitzgerald on the power play. Gets a nice juicy rebound out front, Mike Slip, and he goes low blocker side here on Matthew Keeper. No chance for him. Second of the night for Fitzgerald, 5th of the playoffs. DK, the 1 assist. That came at the 12-10 mark, and that's another big goal for Weyburn. A little bit more room for Angelo Zoll like he needed anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. The Bombers on that goal were, again, just sort of getting beaten to the puck and got caught watching a little bit. But, you know, a couple of them were cheating up ice a bit on a few plays and got caught. But overall, the Bombers played a pretty good period. And, you know, there's no give up in this team, which is great because they are down 3-0, 27-27 on the Ridge at Amisk and shot clock. And so they played a decent period, but a big loss with Cole Tanchuk. Let's hope he comes back and able to play.
Shots in the second period, 18-11 for the Bombers, but again, a lot of them perimeter shots from the outside.
Yep, absolutely, and Angelo Zoll's going to stop him every time unless he gets somebody in front of him. And Ryder Ringer has been in there a little bit. Leighton Carruthers hasn't been as effective, you know, and understandably so. Those are the guys Ewan needs to get in there and really mix it up in front of the net and give them a chance either on a screen, a rebound, or a tip.
Something's got to happen for sure. The Wings are 1 for 3 on the power play. Flin Flon 0 for 2. They do have a minute 48, almost a full power play to work with when they come back for the third period tonight. When the Bombers trail after 40 minutes of play in the playoffs, their record is 0-3. So Flin Flon's not been a good team coming from behind so far in the postseason. 0-3 when they trail after 2 so far. As for Weyburn, when they lead after 2 periods of play, their record is 3-1. But a 3-0 lead could be more than enough for Angelo Zoll tonight. We'll take one more break. We're going to get back to our Bomber Legends series. We tried to get this interview in the other night. For whatever reason, it didn't work. But we got, of course, a Bomber Legend interview coming up here momentarily. Goaltender that played with the Bombers back in the mid to late 70s. Grew up in Flin Flon, played his minor hockey in Flin Flon. One we think you'll enjoy coming up momentarily here on 102.9 CFER and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Chicken Chef is excited for the Bombers to be continuing their playoff run. Due to maintenance, Chicken Chef will be closed until this Tuesday. They apologize for any inconvenience. Chicken Chef will return with all your signature favorites, daily specials, and gourmet poutine. Chicken Chef is cheering on the Bombers and will be back open serving our community on Tuesday, where once again, it always feels like home.
Good evening and welcome to our second intermission tonight. As promised, it's more of our Flin Flon Bomber Legends series, as this time we're joined by, once again, one of the Flin Flon Bombers from the Western Canadian Hockey League days of the early 70s. Born and bred goaltender Harvey Stewart's going to join us. He played for the Flin Flon Bombers between 72 and 74. was a draft pick for the LA Kings, was a draft pick for Cleveland of the WHA, and, of course, had a chance to play with one of the most illustrious organizations in the history of junior hockey. Harvey joins us tonight from Delta, BC. Harvey, good to catch up with you, and I think it's an interview that a lot of people look forward to hearing again. Not only did you play for the Bombers, but, of course, born and bred in Flin Flon, and played with a lot of tremendous guys locally and abroad. It was, I'm sure playing for the Bombers was one of the highlights of your hockey career, if not the highlight of your hockey career.
Well, that is absolutely positive there, Rob, as far as growing up in Flin Flon, which is a hockey haven, as everybody knows. I was fortunate enough to play with some real awesome young fellows right from the get-go. So graduating to the junior team and getting drafted was quite awesome.
Listen, we're going to talk a lot about your junior Bomber days, but we got to talk about your minor hockey days, too. You and I had a chance to chat before we went to air, and a lot of the guys, I mean, everybody remembers, of course, the glory days of the junior Bombers, but you guys had a terrific minor hockey system here. There was always not only a good contingent of local players on the junior team, but always very good local players. And you were telling me that a lot of the guys you played minor hockey with graduated with you to the junior program.
That's correct, Rob. Yeah, I was counting, going back in some of my old scrapbooks, that almost half of the team, the junior Bomber team, were born and raised right in Flin Flon. And we got, over the years, Pee-wee, Bantam, Midget. We took the province every year. We ended up in Midget and Swift Current, taking all of Western Canada. So, unbelievable bunch of guys that I grew up with.
And a chance to play with them, like we said, on the junior team. In particular, let's talk about your goaltending partner, Roger Swanson, another local born and bred player from Flin Flon. I'm assuming you guys played minor hockey all together and, of course, had a chance to start with the junior team as well in the early 70s.
Yeah, Raj went to Winnipeg, and I think he was playing for Kirkfield back in the early days, and like you said, he was born and raised in Flin Flon, but we didn't really play together in the younger days.
Okay. But you had a chance to play together on the Bombers there. What was that like?
Yeah, it was awesome. We became good friends, and we both, I think Raj played for 3 or 4 years, and I played for 2 years. So I was a year older than Roger, and I was, like I say, drafted in 74. So.
What was it like? I mean, I looked at the way that the stats, they looked like you guys kind of almost split games down the middle. What was it like playing with him, being a local guy? And I'm assuming that you guys probably kind of tested each other, and it was good competition for one another, was it not?
Yeah, that's true, Rob. I think we respected each other that way, and a lot of alternating in as a two tandem goaltending unit. We did have the split in the second year with the coaching, with Patty Janelle leaving and Mel Pearson coming in, and pretty much when Mel came in, it was pretty much a game here and a game there for each of us.
What was it like with the two coaching styles? Because obviously we know Patty Goodell, what type of coach he was, and Mel was kind of almost the complete opposite personality-wise, wasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Mel was, he was a terrific player in his own right. Portland Buckaroos, he was a superstar out there. But, Patty Goodell was, as you all know, was pretty hard-nosed guy, and there was a lot of tough stuff going on back in those days.
Was that? I know I've talked to other guys that played for both, and a lot of them kind of indicated to me it was a tough adjustment. Maybe not for you as much as you being a goalie, but apparently for a lot of the players, it was a real tough adjustment going from Patty to Mel. I've heard from some guys that played during that era.
It was. I think with Mel, he didn't really have the experience as coach. As we all know, Patty Janelle was stalwart when it comes to coaching. Him and fellas like Punch McLean out in New Westminster, and they were really awesome coaches back in those days.
The thing that always admires me about the game of hockey or being a Bomber is the friendships you develop with the team And even though it was such a long time ago, and you were telling me it's coming up on the 50th anniversary for you since you played for the Bombers, guys you played with, you're still good friends with today, Harvey.
Absolutely, yeah. I keep in touch with the likes of Dennis Polinich, Jerry Rollins. Like I said earlier, my closest friends were like Ali Hilliard, Dalioni, Dwayne Bray, and my best friend was Robbie Watt.
All great hockey players, and you also told me that you're married to Blaine Stoughton's cousin.
That's correct, yeah. We got married in 81. I met her in 77 in Winnipeg.
Now, you had a chance to play with Blaine for the 1 year. What type of a player was he like? What was it like playing with him?
Blaine was just a superstar in all regards. Maybe didn't have the greatest work ethic, but he was an absolute sniper, and he went on to have an illustrious career, both in the NHL and the WHA.
And like you mentioned, the only one of two guys to score 50 goals in both leagues.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, we still keep in touch all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, Harvey, what did it mean to be, tell me what it was like being a Bomber back in the day, what it meant for you being a local guy coming up through the Flin Flon minor hockey system. Let's backtrack a little bit, what it meant for you to be a Bomber, and just kind of all in all, what it was like riding those long bus rides, just a day in the life of a junior hockey player in Flin Flon back then. What was it like? What do you remember?
Well, first of all, the only thing I ever wanted to do was to play hockey, so that kind of summed it all up. And then getting a chance to play right up into junior hockey and get drafted was absolutely amazing. The bus rides, just the camaraderie with all of the buddies. We just had a great bunch of guys, and I can't ever remember having any problems, and we all got along so well, and I guess a lot of cohesion that way.
One of the first things that guys asked me that I touched back with from your era about the chicken wire around the Whitney Forum, it's synonymous. That's one of the first things that Gene Carr asked me. I know Blaine Stoughton brought it up. Other guys I've talked to as well. What are your memories of that chicken wire they had at the Whitney Forum back in the day?
Yeah, well, that was something else, all right. Although I didn't have to worry about getting smashed into it from the other players. And it was very different. And then early on, I don't know if it was our era or not, but I remember watching the junior Bombers, and there wasn't even anything along the sideboards. All there was the boards.
5:15.
The fans were right there. They would grab onto players, and it was it was pretty crazy.
No question about it. I remember guys telling me behind the players' box there wasn't any glass either, right?
Yeah.
Definitely a different era for sure. Of course, the Whitney Forum has changed a lot since you've been at the rink last, but we'll talk a little bit more about that here in the next couple of minutes. But let's talk about your career after hockey. Like you mentioned, like I've mentioned, you got drafted in the 7th round by the LA Kings and by the Cleveland Crusaders of the WHA, both in the same year, both in the 7th round. Obviously, you wanted to make the transformation to professional hockey. Take me to your career after you left the Bombers and got drafted. I know you played some years in the minors. Take me back to what was happening then.
Yeah, originally I was offered a contract with Kings, which this player agent I had reneged on it, and then I thought, well, maybe I'd have a better opportunity to play for, in the Cleveland Crusader organization in the W. And I think one of the biggest disappointments was I got drafted by two teams that probably had two of the best goaltenders in hockey at the time, and that was Rogie Vachon in L.A. and Jerry Cheevers in Cleveland.
Right.
So it was, go to camp, try out, okay, then they send you down. And the minor league system that I was involved in, I didn't really enjoy it that much. So after a couple of years, I decided, I guess I'm going to have to work for a living. So I ended up playing senior hockey in Winnipeg, and that got me involved in a good job working for a wholesale building distributor, which was Weldwood of Canada. And then I got shipped out to Vancouver to play play for, actually in 78, I could backtrack a little bit, Rob. In 78, when I was playing senior hockey in Winnipeg, I got a call up from the Winnipeg Jets, and I ended up being with the Jets as a backup to Marcus Matson because Joe Daly was injured.
Okay.
And they kept me on for the rest of the year that year. And John Ferguson was involved. I dressed for many games, road trips, and then I was sort of like the third goaltender with them for practicing and whatnot, so doing some stats work.
Was Kim Claxton there then?
He was not there then.
Okay.
I think he was still playing with the Nordique.
Okay, fair enough. Cause I remember he spent some time with the Winnipeg Jets as well.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, but that was quite a thrill. That year I turned 25, and my wife, my girlfriend then, but her and her sister had a party, and a lot of the Jets were there, like Morris Lukowicz. Can't even recall the other names, but anyways, it was quite a thrill.
Yeah, and that was a marquee team back then.
Yeah, they were pretty good. That was the year that Nilsson and Hedberg went to New York, and Lars-Erik Sjoberg retired. So, and then Bobby Hull, of course, was retired just previous to that as well. So, but I got to hang out with a lot of those guys as well.
That's a great story. That's kind of a nice way to wind down your career, is it not?
Absolutely, yeah. And then, like I said, I transferred out to Vancouver with work, and it was Dave Rainville, former Flin Floner, who was instrumental in getting me out there so I could play for his team out here.
Wow, hockey world is such a small one, isn't it?
It sure is, yeah.
Listen, Harvey, I really appreciate the time. We're pretty much coming to the end of the intermission here. It's great to catch up with you. Quickly, before we wrap it up, one last thing. Any stories that you remember being a Bomber that when you look back at your Bomber career, let's phrase it this way. When you look back at your Bomber career, what are you most proud of, and what are you always going to remember?
I think the biggest thrill I had as a hockey player was we played an international hockey tournament in, there's two cities, Colorado Springs, Colorado, and Minneapolis. And we played against the U.S. Red Army. We played against the Czechoslovakian national.
And you're on. All righty, welcome back to Whitney Forum. Great to catch up with Harvey Stewart. Of course, born and bred in the Flin Flon minor hockey system, and of course, a great player for the Bombers back in the 70s. Our look back with him, the Bomber Legends series, to cut it off a little bit quick, but we're ready for the third period. Bombers in the power play. Minute and a half to go as they get set for the face-off in the wing zone. Weyburn very late getting on the ice here.
Yeah.
Making Flin Flon think a little bit more about it. Maybe I think probably some type of ploy to get them thinking a little bit more. And it's a big third period for Flin Flon for sure as Hunks will knock it down. Kind of a psychological thing. Here's a chance. Save! Rebound there. Betson will get a hold of it. Bombers aren't really getting a lot of bounces either. Not to take anything away from how good Weyburn's played, but a lot of loose pucks in front of that Weyburn net that they've not been able to track.
And, Rob, no Cole Tanchuk on the bench.
He hasn't come back for the third period. That'll be a big loss for sure. Already down Yakimchuk, like we mentioned. Here's a chance for Ringer. Dropped it back to Carruthers. Can't get a stick on it. Flin Flon on the power play, like we mentioned, for another minute to start the third. They are 0 for 2 in this game. And 0 for 7 in the first two games. 0 for 5 yesterday. Here's a chance for Lees. A chance, and he ripped it wide. A great chance there. Lees set up perfectly. Chance for Lees again. Doesn't shoot it back to Carruthers. Blocked in front that time by Carmen. And a loose puck is picked up and fired down the ice that time by Schrader. Oh, what a great chance for Joey Lees. He hit the post in the first period last, and he gets a good chance and fires it wide tonight. Speaking of Lees, he's after it. He'll knock the puck down, get the puck back inside the Weyburn zone. Ewan in there. They're going to try and get him in front of the net, I'm assuming. 20 seconds to go in the power play. Lepper holds it in. Along the wall to Semp. Back of the goal for Cormier. Back out to Sempachat. Big save again by Zoll, who kicks out rebounds, but the Bombers never seem to get on one of them. Lees will knock it down again. Nice pass to blue line. Here's Sempachat. Blocked that time by Oxelgren. Semp will get it back. Leaves it in the corner here for Cormier. Power play over. Lepper walks in, shoots it, blocked again. Out of the penalty box, Chakrabarty feeds it back to Beard. Almost had Lepper beat. He got back and got a stick on it. The Bombers now 0 for 3 on the power play. Ewan back across the Weyburn line. Here's Lepper trying to get into positioning. Puck in front. Oh, poked wide that time. Great chance by Sem. Left alone in front of the net, but he couldn't make her or tap her home. Here comes Betson. He'll send that back in the Flin Flon zone. Picked up back of the goal by Mounier. Here's a pass up the left side for Stitton, just out of his reach. Icing against the Bombers. They don't like the call.
And they have a very good reason not to. Cohen Semp had their defenseman beat.
Bombers 0 for 3 on the power play. McDonald's out-of-town scoreboard here tonight. The other game in the SJHL, a 1-0 lead for the Melfort Mustangs. As they get ready for the second period, the Blizzard continue to lead the Winkler Flyers 3-2 in the third period. Looking to take a one-game lead in that MJHL semifinal. We'll get to all the NHL scores here momentarily. Puck will come outside the Flin Flon zone. There's Oxelgren. Montreal did win today, Mike Slip, so I'll put your mind at rest about that.
Oh, congratulations.
Puck back up the middle. Fitzgerald will tap it in. I'll tell you what, that is a congratulations for Martin St. Louis if he can get that team in with the first half of the season that they had. Here's Seitz. He'll try to track this puck. He'll get it in deep. Knocked off the play. Big body check there. Seitz takes down Smith Davis, and they might get into it in behind the play here. Fitzgerald will bring the puck up. He'll dump it in, and we're going to have penalties handed out here between Smith Davis and Seitz. NHL scores. We mentioned Montreal, the 3-2 win over Philly. The Leafs, a big win over Columbus. They helped Montreal out, beating them 5-0. Utah beat the Jets 4-1. How about the St. Louis Blues?
Unbelievable. They're killing me.
They won again. They beat Colorado 5-4.
Oh, wow.
Buffalo winning in the shootout. They beat Tampa Bay 3-2. Boston, I think they snapped like a 13-game losing streak with the 5-1 win against Carolina today. Devils blanked the Rangers 4-0. Ottawa playoff bound. They beat Florida 3-0. Pittsburgh over Dallas 5-3. LA beats Edmonton 3-0. And Vancouver, a 6-2 win against Anaheim. They're playing better as well.
Vinny LeCavier, the new coach of Tampa Bay.
Penalty coming up against the Bombers, and Tanchuk's back out there. He's going to take a penalty. Interference against the Bomber captain as he takes down.
Great to see him out there.
The Wings DK, I think he just kind of ran into him, but Weyburn will go on the power play for the fourth time. They're 1 for 3. Tough break there. Not intentional, but he did definitely interfere with him there.
Yeah, I didn't see it, and I was just shocked to see Cole out there. Fantastic. I must have missed him on the bench because I don't, unless he snuck out on me, but good to see Cole Tanchuk back on the
Like I said, how do you keep him out?
No way. Absolutely.
A lot of open ice. This is going to be a 4-on-3 power play here for the Wings. DK, Ruthven, Maharaj, and Chakrabarty. Boy, what a group of players that is. Gruner, Hunks, and Lepper will be the penalty killers. Bombers win the faceoff. Around the boards it goes. Back down the ice. And Zoll will leave this back of the net. Chakrabarty will pick it up.
Bombers can't afford this.
No, they got to stop this somehow. Chakrabarty back to center. A lot of room for this guy, one of the most skilled defensemen in the league, as he'll bring it in. Goes it back of the net, picked up by DK. They'll go back to Maharaj at the blue line. Maharaj flips that one back to Chakrabarty. Chakrabarty looking for a lane to shoot it. He'll hang on. Over the right side of the ice, picked up by DK. DK to the high slot, a chance. Good stick save that time by keeper. DK will get it back. Chakrabarty at the blue line. Hangs on, shoots it. That one didn't miss by much. Traffic in front. Maharaj will keep it in. Here's Maharaj. He'll hang on, throws it back door to Chakrabarty. Poked away, the puck will come out. Good job that time by Hunks, and he'll force Maharaj back to the wing side of center. Now he's got some room. Across the Bomber line. Flin Flon gets it out. Nice shot down the ice hole. We'll stop this. DK will go back to pick it up. 54 seconds remaining in the Weyburn power play. They do have a power play goal tonight. DK, who assisted on that power play goal, will bring the puck across the Bomber blue line. DK has it. Blue line, Maharaj. Back out front. Oh, he had DK there. DK will knock it down. Gets it back to Carmen. Maharaj, top of the right circle. What a move that was. DK gets it. Trying to come back out front. Blocked that time by Marsden. Wings work it back out front. Maharaj, side of the net. Great save. Rebound. Oh,
another one.
Big one there from Matthew Keeper. That'll get the joint moving. Here's a chance by DK. Ripped over top of the net. And two brilliant saves by the SJHL spot netminder and MVP, Matthew Keeper. Two giant stops, and if nothing else, maybe some confidence for him moving forward.
Yeah, those are great saves. I funny goalies watch Matt Keeper after those saves, and he just stared at the shot clock person to make sure those shots went up there, and they did.
Well, the Bombers keep the Wings at bay on that power play. Matthew Keeper, 2 outstanding saves. Wings win the draw. Carmen's shot, that got blocked. Right back to Carmen. Top of the circle again. There's a chance. Big save. Keeper down. Got the left pad down and took that one away at the side of the net that time by the Wings. Fitzgerald already has 2 goals in this hockey game. 3 seconds remaining in the penalty. Wings keep it in. That one fired wide. Knocked down here by Sale. Back to 5 aside. Back door. There's a chance. Just fired wide that time by Schmidt. Wings fired that one off the post. Boy, they're working it good. Back out front again. Flin Flon back on their heels. Township's back on the ice. Trying to get the puck out. It'll stay in the Flin Flon zone. Hunks. We got another penalty coming up here. I think Flin Flon's going to go again as Beard took a high stick. It's Tanchuk again, I think.
Yeah.
The Bomber captain, Tanchuk, will take a high sticking penalty, and Weyburn right back to the power play. Boy, tough to come back and mount a comeback when you're in the penalty box.
When you're short-handed, yeah. Although Cole Tanchuk came out of the box, he wasn't tired, but there was a lot of tired Flin Flon Bombers out there at the end.
Weyburn will get a chance to possibly put this one away again, up 3-0, another power play. 1 for 4 tonight. Maharaj will take the face-off against Ringer deep in the Flin Flon zone. Off the draw. Wings will throw that in deep, picked up here by Mounier. That got blocked by Maharaj. It'll stay inside the zone. Maharaj back to Chakrabarty. Feeds that back to DK. DK to Chakrabarty. Good move there. Chakrabarty hangs on. Chakrabarty, a backhander! And he'll send it over top of the net. Boy, these guys are smooth. They get the puck and they make things happen in very little space. These Weyburn players generate all kinds of fantastic chances. Chakrabarty back to collect the puck at center. Here's Maharaj inside the Flin Flon zone. Ringer knocked it down. The only Bomber to score in this series. Flin Flon again can't clear it out. Here's DK. DK throws it back out to Maharaj. Here's a chance. Save made. Big rebound in front. Sale tried to get a stick on it, but knocked away from him. But Chakrabarty will hold it in at the left point. Chakrabarty gets that in. Here's DK walking it. DK a chance. And that one glanced the crossbar and just missed. Boy, the Wings all over the Bombers here on this power play. Maharaj along the boards. Blue line for Chakrabarty. Nice pass in front. There's a chance they score. Sale will go 5-hole. And the Wings are 2 for 5. And I have not seen Flin Flon get outplayed as badly tonight in the entire Mike Reagan era. I've never seen them get outplayed the way they have in this building in this game.
Not since my tenure here in Flin Flon, I agree. Matt Keeper.
I know it's a power play goal, but I mean they're just.
Yeah, he's been left alone out there. It's. I feel bad for him because he made some fantastic saves, but the Weyburn Red Wings are just too strong for the Flin Flon Bombers this evening.
Sales third of the playoffs. I think DK will probably get a second assist on that one. But Weyburn flying high, a 4-0 lead here with just over 13 minutes to play in this third period. Marston's going to take off here and try to make something happen. Marston will get his big frame in there. Knocked away from him. Ewan knocked it down. He'll hold it in. Oxengren off the glass. That's knocked down here by Stitton. Flin Flon worked in the blue line. Marston has it. His chance. Ripped wide of the net. Stitton will pick it up. Wyatt Stitton to the blue line. Knocked down by Marston. Here's Hunks. Hunks makes a move. Hunks walks in, looking for a lead. Still has it. Back of the goal, trying to work it out front. What the heck? Zoll, well out of his net, still gets the puck underneath his pads, and Hunks look out. Getting into it here with Oxelgren.
Yeah.
But Zoll was well out of his net that time and out of position and trying to play Hunks and made a good move, but they just couldn't finish up.
Marsden in there.
I knew when he took off down the zone, he's going to try and make something happen. Edwards is a pretty good physical guy for Weyburn as well, and we'll keep our eyes on those two when they get back out on the ice the next time, because like you said, Flin Flon in this final 12:49 is going to try to get some type of momentum heading back to Weyburn for games 3 and 4 on Tuesday and Wednesday.
We talked about Humboldt losing their cool in a lot of games, which they did, but they showed life and they showed spark, and
they weren't getting outplayed like this.
No, and it was the story, that they could build on that. I hate to see the Bombers.
Carruthers is trying to fire somebody up on the bench here. He's not happy. But boy, this Weyburn team, what can you say, Mike Slepp? They've been fantastic.
Yeah, there's nothing to say.
And again, I talked about it with Cody Mates before the game tonight, the interview you heard. Not a lot of mistakes in last night's game. Have you seen them make a mistake in this game? Because I haven't.
No.
And they got the puck right back in the Flin Flon zone again. Puck dug free off the boards that time by Smith Davis. Smith Davis, been a good player for the Wings the last couple of seasons. He gets knocked down. Holmes is whacking away at him. Meanwhile, Flin Flon will bring the puck up the ice. Here comes Stitton sending it in. And they're really getting into it back of the players. You can hear the crowd getting into it. Knocked down by Cormier. He's outside the Weyburn line all by himself. Cormier will hang on to it. He'll throw it back to the goal. Picked up here by the wing D-man Beard. Lost it in the corner. Leaves. Back out front. A chance for Cormier. Can't pick up the puck. Big body check there. Fitzgerald, 2 goals tonight. Knocked off the puck by Lepper. Then he gets it back and he fires it in. Lepper will collect the puck inside the Flin Flon zone. Feeds that back to Cormier. Martin has it. And drop that one back over to Oxelgren. Oxelgren back out front. Here's DK flying in. And that one redirected over top of that time by Lepper. Nuka's got it for the Bombers. Plays that one back to Cormier. Cormier to center ice. Tripped up here by Sale. Fans wanted to call. They're not going to get one. Oxelgren lost it back of the goal. Here's Lees. Feathers it to the blue line. Hunks has got it. Liam Hunks' chance. A good shot. And Sol will track that. Nuka getting into it in front of the net here with Oxelgren. 11:17 to go. The Wings now outshooting the Bombers 35-29 here.
I think we got a shout-out, Rob. Somebody handed something to you.
Oh, right. A big, you're right. I almost forgot about that. Lots happened here in this third period.
Yeah, absolutely.
A big hello to Carol Ann listening in Edmonton. Mike gets his eyesight repaired, and now he's on to the shout-outs.
Rick Jackson's sister,
well, if you wouldn't have said it, I would have forgot all about it, so thanks for reminding me. So Carol Ann in Edmonton, former Flin Floner, big Bomber fan. Gruder goes down off the face-off here. He looks like he's shaken up. And another guy the Bombers could desperately afford to lose, and he's really struggling to get off the ice here, Mike. He went down right off the face-off here.
Got him right in the ankle with that hard shot.
Liam Hunks across the Weyburn line. Here's Hunks trying to make something happen. Hunks along the boards, tries to get away from Betson. He'll poke that one back in, but grabbed here by Moldy. Back to Maharaj. Maharaj at center. Now inside the Flin Flon zone. Ripped that one this wide. Nice hard shot. Puck will come outside the zone to Piccinino, but turn it over to center ice. Grabbed this time by Legrandeur and fired back in. There's Hunks with Legrandeur right after. Boy, Weyburn does not take a shift off. They come at you every single time with a fierce forecheck, whatever. They've just been, they played 2 outstanding games here. Puck lifted the blue line. Wings will hold it in. Along the boards, Buchan, good job to knock that one down. Flin Flon will get 3 skaters away to center. Here's the pass up the left side. Offside, though. Ringer knew it, too. A step ahead. I think he thought the puck was going to him. And it missed him, and it's a step ahead of the play. And 10-10 to go in the period. 4-0 Weyburn. 2 goals in the opening period tonight. They scored 2 power play goals as well, 1 in the second, and now 1 in the third.
I was in Winnipeg in the mall, and a gentleman came up and said, "You're from Flin Flon." Ryder and Reese Richmond's grandparents, Rob.
Oh, wow.
They listen to us, and so hello to them. I'm sorry, I'm not sure of their names, but great to talk to them in Winnipeg.
Yeah, they both, the Ringer boys, played a lot of games here with this Flin Flon Bomber team, and of course, Ryder was a part of that team that went to the Centennial Cup here against Estevan 3 seasons ago. Here come the Wings, 3 skaters. Nice pass to Schmidt across the line. Dumped it off to Fitzgerald. Looking for the hat trick. He's got 2. Puck bounce back of the Bomber net. Picked up by Marsden. Got to come back to Semp. There's a guy all over him. The puck is lifted up into the Weyburn bench. Cody Mates ducking for cover. Didn't know where the puck went.
Still not sure.
They know it went out of play. Media timeout. 9:37 to go. Weyburn in front. Are they going to go to a media timeout? Yes, they are. We'll take a break. The Wings in front 4-0 here on 102.9 CFER and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Clear. Keep. This and boldness that, but now more than ever, let's get those elbows up and hold high a regular KFC famous chicken sandwich. We all have a choice to make, and some of us have made it before, and some of us are maybe going to make it for the first time. There is a time and place to spice things up, but for now, let's all unify our support behind the regular KFC famous chicken sandwich. Paid for by the official agent for the regular KFC famous chicken sandwich.
Hud Bay is proud to be a sponsor of this Bomber broadcast. From donations for bursaries, hockey schools, clubs, community events, charities, and so much more, Hud Bay has supported our community with dedication and generosity, contributing to events and organizations. Hud Bay thanks the people of Flin Flon for their continued support.
You're on.
4-0 Weyburn in front. Bombers trying to make something happen, trying to get momentum, heading back for Weyburn and Crescent Point Place for games 3 and 4 Tuesday and Wednesday. Out of town tonight, it was a 6-1 victory for the Mustangs in their opener against York. A little bit tighter tonight, 1-0. Midway through the second period, again, Zach Summers, the lone goal in that one. And the Blizzard, the last time we checked, a 3-2 lead on Winkler late in the third. We'll check that one as soon as we can to see who drew first blood in that series. Weyburn has things in hand right now. A 4-0 lead as that puck is flipped back down inside the Weyburn zone. Oxelgren gets that back to Martin. Martin got the first goal tonight. Not bad for a guy that got in the lineup just before puck dropping. Puck is sent in once again on keeper. He'll hang on to it. It looked like he want to get rid of it. He does, but they'll blow it down. And again, Flin Flon's been back on their heels pretty much the whole game.
Yeah, absolutely. It reminds me, Martin, that was what that conversation between the officials on that second goal that we thought might have been a high stick. The question was if Martin was on the score sheet because he was such a late addition, but apparently he was always good.
So the Blizzard have won that game 4-2.
Wow.
So a good start for them. Winkler's a very good hockey team.
They are.
So full marks to the Northern Manitoba Blizzard. A big victory in Winkler tonight. And that is a final there. The Blizzard winning 4-2. They'll take a one-game-to-none lead in that MJHL semifinal. Puck set back in Flin Flon territory. Icing is waved off. They'll throw it back out front. Look out there. Trying to tap that one in. Moldy got in front of the net. Blue line. Swung back out. Quickly by the D-man that time, Schrader. Lees digs it free around the boards. Picked up here by Arbery. Arbery had a chance early in the game and really has not...
haven't seen him.
Having a lot of opportunity since then. You're right, we haven't. I think that's because Weyburn always has the puck. Maharaj. He'll get it back inside the Flin Flon zone. Throws it back in front. There's a chance again. Wings over skated. Hunks will pick it up. Noticed him a lot tonight. He's had a nice game. But almost had too many men on the ice. Seitz had to jump back in before Lepper made his way off. Meanwhile, the puck will roll back in the Flin Flon zone. There's Leo Seitz. Knocked it down. Plays it ahead outside the zone. Just over 8 minutes to go. Carmen will track this one down with Stitton on top of him. Carmen back in the Weyburn net. Here's Carmen. Carmen's got it. Throws it in wide. Puck picked up by Hunks. 3 wings on top of him. He gets to the blue line. DK will hold it in. Now it comes out. Grabbed here by Martin. He'll send it right back inside the Flin Flon zone. Stitton will pick it up back of the Bomber net. Up the boards it goes. Here's Leo Seitz. He'll get a little bit of room with Weyburn changing.
Oh, we got a fight.
We do. It's going to be Edwards and Marsden. I told you to watch those two guys when they came back out here. So Edwards and Marsden get tied up back of the play. Marsden doing whatever he can to try and get his team in, and unfortunately for those two guys, they really didn't get much chance to do anything there. But Marsden and Edwards a pretty tough customer. And how do I know that? Because he's one of the few guys in the league that will actually square off with Roberts of Melfort.
Showboating off the ice. Not a big fan of that, but he's a good player.
Like I said, it takes a lot of guts to fight Nolan Roberts.
Yeah.
And Marsden
and Marsden.
and Martins did it. So not much of a fight there whatsoever. They drop the gloves and they grab onto each other and they're quickly separated. Give Marsden credit. He's trying to make something happen.
Yeah, that's what we said needed to happen.
So 7:32 to play in the third period. All Weyburn tonight. The 4-0 lead. They're also outshooting the Bombers 37-30 on the Ridge on Amish shot clock. For the Bombers in danger of going down 2-0 in their own building And heading back to Weyburn, boy, is that joint going to be jumping on Tuesday.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Weyburn Red Wing fans deserve it. And going to be a send-off for the Bombers Monday morning, though, out on the Creighton Freeway.
They're not even leaving that way.
Oh, they're going the other way.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to screw anybody up. It's at 8:30, though.
Unless they plan on going that way.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not sure. Oh, that got...
Anyway, 7:16 remaining. We'll see what the Bombers can do here. In the final 7 minutes, Edwards, of course, I've said Martins, it's Edwards that the guy was involved in the scrap, and him and Marston, two big boys tying up here. Winger will try to keep the puck in, but Martin knocked it away. Came back to center, Bombers poke it back to blue line, and Hunks comes over to tie up with Schmidt Davis, but Schmidt will dig the puck free. Schmidt throws that in wide of the Bomber net. Racing in to grab it is LeGrandeur, but he can't hang on to it. Knocked away here by Holmes. Lost it to Sale along the wall. Sale, who's got the power play goal here in the third period. He can't hang on to it. The Bombers tap it down the ice, 6.5 remaining. Here's the stretch pass to LeGrandeur at center. He'll dump it back inside the Flin Flon zone. Lepper will race after it. Lepper in the corner. Lost the mark. Flin Flon will try to poke it out. LeGrandeur has it again. Back out front, a pass for DK through his legs. It'll come back to center. Picked up by Schrader. Back to Chakrabarty. Chipped back in that time by Sale. Racing after it, DK. DK able to fight off a check. DK back out front, trying to finish it up, and keeper will poke it away from him. Bombers better come up with an answer for him in Weyburn.
Yeah,
they haven't had one in the first 2 games here.
Maybe the best Red Wing on the ice out of a bunch of great Red Wings on the ice.
Yeah, he's looked good. There's no question. But yeah, I mean, take your pick. Not a lot of passengers again. Liam Hunks back out there for Flin Flon. He's logged a ton of minutes tonight. At center, across the Weyburn line, will dump that back in. Took a funny hop. Zoll batted it back in the goal. Nice to see Gruner back on the ice.
Yeah, he really took a shot to the ankle.
They need him for sure. Puck will squirt free out front, and Zoll will jump on that. The blue paint and hang on. With 5:25 remaining here in the third period, and the Weyburn Red Wings dominant once again here tonight.
Yeah, there's no other way to put it, Rob. They have been dominant. They
just 3 shots for Flin Flon in this third period, too, by the way, Mike. When's the last time you saw that?
Penalties added to that. But you're right, Rob. And really, for most of the first period, they were outshot badly, which never happens.
Off the face-off, the puck will come back to center. That's grabbed here by Hunks. He'll dump it right back in. Flin Flon, if anything else, is to even get a goal to get a little bit of momentum coming up for the games next week. But they've had a hard time getting to the front of that Weyburn net. There's Lees. He had a good chance to power play earlier tonight. He's tied up. Puck picked up here by Smith Davis. He'll let Carmen grab it back in the net. Carmen had to get rid of it. That got redirected. Here's Arbery for Flin Flon. He's pinned up along the boards that time. He can't move. Carmen able to get it to the blue line. Flin Flon works it back to Hunks. Hunks' chance. Off the stick wide. Picked up by Carmen. Played that one back. And he'll redirect inside the Flin Flon zone for an icing call. Weyburn will not be able to change. And we'll get a face-off back in Weyburn territory with 4:37 remaining in the third period. And Bomber crowd, not a lot to cheer about here tonight.
The Red Wings have had, looks like a timeout, Rob.
Yeah, Weyburn wants to give some guys a bit of a rest, I guess. Because they couldn't change on the icing.
The Red Wings have had the Bomber number all year, really. You know, when you think about it, really the only team that has.
Ranked for sure.
Yeah, the only team that has.
Yeah, it was the only team in the regular season the Bombers had a losing record against. Even Melford, it was 4-4.
Yeah.
Lost all 4 games to the Palace, but beat the Mustangs here 4 times. And Weyburn, who picked up those back-to-back wins in October, proving it wasn't a fluke. So 4:37 remaining. Flin Flon, I think a goal for them would be a huge victory for them here in this final 4.5 minutes.
Absolutely. I agree with you, Rob. It's a bit of a lift. Just got a text. It's the send-off is at the Balsam turn-off on Monday at 8:30. So my mistake.
Oh, well. Big face-off in Weyburn territory. Seitz, Stitton, Ewan, Mounier. And look out, Seitz is he going to take a penalty here? He dropped Carmen right off the face-off. Might have got away with one there. Stitton lining up for the face-off here. Against DK. They're going to wave Stitton out. And Ewan will go in to take the draw. DK wins the face-off. Carmen goes down again. But the Wings will pick it up. And here comes DK flying outside the zone. Bank pass to Grandeur. Trying to come back out foot. Leper knocked it down. Then he gets the rebound and fired that off the left pad that time, the keeper. Flin Flon will get it back. Here's big Rhett Ewan. Ewan to center. Taken down. Penalty coming up against Beard. That'll be a knee call, I think. And look out. Now Seitz gets drilled in the corner. And a few Wings are going after Stitton as well. Didn't see what happened at the other end of the ice. I just saw Ewan go down with the knee.
Martin, is that Martin? Yeah, it looked like he got a stick up in the face area.
He's favoring something. Is there going to be more penalties besides the one that's going to be handed out here to Beard?
Doesn't look like it, just the Beard penalty.
So Beard will go off, and here we talked about getting that late goal, Mike. Here's another opportunity, and just to get your power play going.
Yeah, something. They need something.
Fourth power play of the night here for the Bombers. Ben Luke will once again be our Pepsi power play contestant.
I mean, the Bomber bench, you know how they tap their sticks at the opening faceoff. It was, in my opinion, half-hearted. The coaches are not very engaged, it looks like right now. I know Mike Reagan probably is. I just can't see it, but
it's been a frustrating weekend for him.
Frustrating, absolutely.
Ben Luke, by the way, gets his Pepsi products in the Creighton Petro can. We'll see if the Flin Flon Bombers can get a power play goal, which will be their first of the series. Hugs a chance. There's a save again by Zoll, and he'll reach down and stop that. They got Leighton Carruthers right out front, and I think if the Flin Flon does get a goal in the power play, I think it comes from number 18.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or 23, Ryder Rigger. You can't take anything away from him either.
Nice shot by Liam Hunks, and a good spot by...
I think Hunks has been the Bombers' best player.
He has been. I've been thinking the same thing.
Off the face-off, here's Carruthers back of the net. Leighton Carruthers to the blue line. Ringer will knock it down in the corner for Gruner. Back to blue line to Ringer. Swings that pass to Hunks. Here's Piccinino. He'll take a chance. That one got blocked by Carmen. Another shot block here by Weyburn. They good in that area as well. Hunks will hold it in. His shot. See, rebound. They score. There it is. Leighton Carruthers. What did I tell you?
Never ever question Rob Hart.
Leighton Carruthers is there. I just had a feeling he'll get his fourth power play goal of the playoffs and something to build on. Hey, there's still 3:41 to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Leighton Carruthers, we said it all night. You need him where it is, and that's how you're going to beat Angela Zoll is on plays like that.
There's been a number of rebounds tonight, but Flin Flon has not been able to jump on any of them.
No, absolutely.
Anyway, congratulations, Ben Luke. You've won yourself a 12-pack of Pepsi, courtesy of Arctic Beverages, your local dealer of Pepsi Cola in northern Manitoba and Saskatchewan. Fourth power play goal of the playoffs for Leighton Carruthers. And like I said, if anyone's going to get a bucket, I had a feeling it was going to be him, and he poked her home. And that'll get the Whitney Forum up and moving. Here comes Reed Arbery to center. He'll dump that one in. Arbery after it. Oxelgren tied him up back of the net. Puck off the boards, back to blue line. Knocked out by Moody. A chance. There's a save. Rebound in front again, and Lees can't knock it down. Rebounds are there. The Bombers are just not capitalizing on any. Holmes can't keep the puck in. Arbery goes back to get it at center. 3 minutes to go. Flin Flon on the board. It's a 4-1 hockey game. Might be too little too late tonight. But again, needing momentum for the series moving to Weyburn for games 3 and 4 on Tuesday and Wednesday. Ewan will knock this one down. He throws it out front. Mounier tied up here with Legrandeur as the puck will make its way to the side of the Weyburn net where it's held on to this time.
Mounier was tackled. I don't know. I guess I missed something. The referee was standing right there. I'm kind of surprised they didn't call it, but
2:42 to go in the game. Shots on the Richard Amos shot clock, 37-33 Wings. 11-6 in favor of Weyburn here in the third period. As Wyatt Stitton will take the face-off here against Betson to the left of the netminder Angelo Zoll. Stitton, Ewan, and Seitz back out there. Sight's a little bit more bite to his game here tonight.
Yep.
Now one of the Bombers falling down. A couple Bombers knocked to the ice here. Maharaj can't poke it out. Nice effort to keep it in by Lepper. There's a chance fired on target that time by Ewan. And Zoll stopped that in the rebound. Cleared down the ice. And that goal has really picked Flin Flon up, but maybe a little bit too little too late tonight here, Mike.
They needed that a little earlier, but good for them for not giving in.
None. Like I said, just something positive to work with for the series going back to Weyburn.
Totally agree.
Sticked against Maharaj. The face-off inside the Weyburn zone. Flin Flon winning some face-offs now. Go figure. Back to Lepper. He'll knock it down. Back of the goal to Stinton. Left it there for Ewan. Nobody in front of the net at all. Ewan, I think, normally likes to get there, but he's trying to get the puck back of the goal. Maharaj. Poke that ahead. Puck is set outside the zone. Here comes Betts at the center, knocked away by Hunks, but Wings get it back. And they'll force Lepper back in his own zone. 2 minutes remaining here in the game. A power play marker by Leighton Carruthers has drawn the Bombers a little bit closer. Oxelgren, he'll knock it down. Picked up by Schmidt, forced back to the Bomber blue line and grabbed here by Lepper. Here's Luke Lepper. They come back to Piccinino, but intercepted by Martin. Nice play. Semp comes over, throws a bump here on Smith-Davis. Smith-Davis will get it back. Inside the Flin Flon zone, down the wing, he'll hang on to it. Mounier took a run at him. Smith-Davis still has it along the boards. Not giving up that puck very easily. Weyburn will work it free. Fitzgerald shot. That got blocked. Piccinino can't pick it up. Here's Mounier flipping the puck back towards the Weyburn blue line. Knocked down that time, and puck comes to center. Schmidt will flip it across the Flin Flon line. 1:14 to go. Here's the pass to Ringer. He'll dump it right back in. Beard is there in the corner. Puck scooped up that time by Fitzgerald. Romelaire has it. Romelaire will take off. Inside the Flin Flon zone. He gets it in deep. Less than a minute remaining here in the hockey game. Flin Flon hoping to get maybe one more last chance. Ringer will get the pass. He's got Piccinino with him across the Weyburn line. Ringer stops. Shots redirected that time. Another shot blocked that time from Carman. Off his stick over the glass and out of play. 46 seconds remaining in this hockey game. Weyburn about to take a 2-0 lead.
But let's remember, it is just 2 games, and it's going to be tough going down to Weyburn to win at least 1, hopefully 2, but it's far from over.
Leaves the face-off against Moldy. They're going to blow this one down with 45.6 seconds to go.
Good to see a number of Weyburn Red Wing fans. Those red jerseys stand out in that in the stands.
They obviously like what they've seen here the past couple of games.
They have a long trip home.
Most of them, I'm sure, will be making the trip tomorrow.
Yep, I hope so.
I guarantee it. Here's Beard at center. He's across the Bomber line. He'll rip that one in. Back of the Flin Flon net. Arbery chipped it back. Looking to get the return pass. There's 31 seconds to go. Here's Joey Lees. Center ice here for the Bombers. Put the puck back across the Weyburn line. That got blocked. Puck rolls to Hunks. He'll hold it in. In the corner, knocked away that time. And the puck set outside the zone. Holmes will collect it. 15 seconds remaining. Here's his pass to Lees. He'll tap her in. Carman will race back and pick it up back to the Weyburn net. Duca body check on him. Oh, look out. He's down. A big body check by Duca. He takes Carman down here in the dying seconds. And it's been almost a picture-perfect 2 games here for Weyburn. I'll tell you what, Cody Mapes is not happy. I don't blame him. He's on the referee. Duca the hit on Carman. Carman is getting back up. The Weyburn trainer going out to assist him. And that seems to be when injuries occur, Mike.
Yeah.
Late in games like that, but I think Carman's okay.
Yeah.
Cody Mapes is not happy. You don't see him lose his cool off it either, but he's really giving it to the referee here.
That's a tough call because there was a bit of a run, but Carman at the last minute turned his back, not saying that he deserved the hit by any means, but
it'll be it didn't look dirty to me.
No, it's going to be interesting. It was on the back of the jersey, but as I say, Carman turned at the last minute, and we'll have to see that replay again just to to confirm.
All in all, it's a good weekend for the Weyburn Red Wings, who take both games 3-1 last night. And they'll win this one 4-1 tonight, up 2 games to none, heading back to Crescent Point Place for games 3 and 4, Tuesday and Wednesday night. A very quiet Flin Flon crowd leaving here the Whitney Forum tonight.
Yeah, it's the Red Wings were able to take the crowd out of it for most of the game, and
they played well.
They played fantastic. So give credit where credit is due. The Weyburn Red Wings were the best team for these 2 games, and really Angelo Zoll didn't really need to do that much. He was there when he needed to be, and I thought Matt Keeper made some great saves. He was left to his own devices, though, for a lot of it. So that last goal the Bombers got is exactly how they got to beat Angelo Zoll, and that's getting guys like Leighton Carruthers in front of the net. And
well, I mentioned there's a lot of rebounds tonight. They just never were able to just jump on one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, we'll take a break. We'll come back with the final scoring summary here tonight, all our post-game show awards, and, of course, the Great North post-game report as well. Well, the Bombers definitely in a hole, down 2 games to none, and heading out on the road for games 3 and 4 next week. We'll take a break. Still lots to come for the Whitney Forum here on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Take advantage of the Maytag Dependable Savings Event on now at Creighton Furniture and Appliance Center. Save $150 with the purchase of 2 qualifying kitchen appliances. Or if you purchase 3 or more qualifying kitchen appliances, you can save $300. Get hundreds of dollars in savings just by shopping Maytag. Get that appliance you've always wanted with the Maytag Dependable Savings Event on now at Creighton Furniture and Appliance Center.
There's always delicious food items to try out at your local McDonald's at the Flin Flon Walmart location. Brand new to the menu include the cheesy jalapeno bacon quarter pounder, the smoky maple bacon breakfast sandwiches. How about something just in time with summer on the horizon? Tropical and watermelon lime fruit splashers and the peach passion smoothie. And how about another brand new menu item, the cinnamon swirl. Try one today. A buttery brioche roll swirled with cinnamon filling and topped with delicious cream cheese. Brand new with the classic cinnamon taste. Your McDonald's location at Walmart, once again offering curbside pickup, so don't forget to download the app, collect McDonald's rewards for free food, sit and relax in the comfort of your own vehicle, and await your order. McDonald's, wishing the Flin Flon Bombers all the best through this year's playoff run.
Find amazing deals on select Honda ATVs this month at RAG 1987. Get 500 bonus bucks when you purchase a 2024 Rubicon 700 or 250 bonus bucks on most 2025 ATV models, plus financing from 1.99% for 24 months on all 2024 ATV models and 2.99% for up to 60 months on select 2025 models. All of this and more at RAG, your exclusive dealer for certified Honda parts in the PAW.
Take the short and winding road to Denair Beach and visit the Treetop Kitchen Restaurant at the Ridge on Amisk. As you enjoy your meal, enjoy breathtaking views. They will make your dining experience a memorable one, sure to tempt and satisfy all tastes. Open noon to 8 Wednesday to Saturday on the way to Denair Beach. The Ridge on Amisk and the Treetop Kitchen invite you to savor culinary delights that fuse local flavors with international flair.
The music's so clear. So much better than at the last party.
Thanks. It's because of my new wireless Samsung party speakers from Shane's.
Your new wireless Samsung party speakers?
No, my new wireless Samsung party speakers.
I still can't hear you over the music.
I'll tell you after the party.
Upgrade your listening experience with Samsung's wireless speakers from Shane's in the Otinike Mall. Watch, listen, play, connect.
You're on.
Alrighty, welcome back to Whitney Forum. Let's run down the goals here tonight. A 4-1 victory for the Weyburn Red Wings, who once again win both games here, and we'll head up to Weyburn with, of course, the 2 games to none lead in the SJHL semifinal. The game winner, we thought it was going to be the first goal. It looked like it was going to hold up. Martin gets his first unassisted. An addition right before puck drop tonight gets the first goal to get the Wings going here. At 6:09, the game winner does go to Fitzgerald. He would score. He is fourth in the playoffs, another unassisted goal at 13:34. I think that's kind of fitting he gets the game winner because he worked so hard on that one.
Yeah.
He got the puck back in the Flin Flon net and was able to grab it, and nobody could take it away from him. So he got a hold of the puck. He got out front for the nice wraparound and
scored twice.
Yeah, and that stands up as the game winner. So 2-0 lead at that point after the opening 20. The Wings will then get a couple of power play goals. Haven't had a lot of power play chances in the series. Just 2 chances last night. They go 2 for 5 tonight. Fitzgerald, like Mike mentioned, second tonight, 5th of the playoffs from DK. That came at the 12-10 mark. That was a nice rebound that he picked up, and he fired that home low blocker side on Matthew Keeper. And Sale in the third period. He get his 30s left alone out front. He goes 5-hole on Keeper. Third of the playoffs, DK will get the assist on that one at 6:32. 4-0 at that point. We talked about a late power play for Flin Flon. Could they muster something to get some momentum heading back to Weyburn? They do that. Leighton Carruthers scores his 4th of the playoffs. Just in front of the net, big body. Nobody could move him. One hand on the stick, able to shovel her home. And his 4th of the playoffs, Ringer and Hunks, the lone goal to beat Angelo Zoll tonight. That one coming at the 16-19 mark. Shots in the third, 11-7 Wings. They wind up with 38 tonight. The Bombers wind up with 34. Weyburn 2 for 5 on the power play. Flin Flon finishing up 1 for 4.
Yeah, it was all Weyburn, really, Rob. Let's face it. You know, we can talk about the Carruthers goal, which was a beauty, but Weyburn just they were beating the Bombers to the puck at every time from the start of the first to the end of the third, and they deserved this game. They deserved last game, and the Bombers have to rebound. As I say, this series is far from over, and the Bombers have to, as we know, obviously have to take at least one game in Weyburn, and you know. But do you think the Bombers are tired, Rob, after that Humboldt series?
I don't know. I've never seen them outplayed from the beginning to an end of a game like I have tonight.
Yeah, no.
You see it in spurts, right? And even last night's game, Weyburn was all over in the first period, but I thought Flin Flon was the better team in the second, and third was pretty even. Tonight, they were chasing all night.
Yeah, it may be the worst game of the year for the Flin Flon Bombers, and at a inopportune time. But again, that being said, there was no give up by the team. They kept going. They kept battling. They didn't stop. They were just a step behind, and
the whole game. And you can't do that against this fantastic Weyburn Red Wing team. The Weyburn Red Wings are the real deal, for sure. We'll take a break. The post-game show awards are next here on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
The 53 Co-op is proud to make buying Canadian products easier for you by sticking little maple leaves next to your favorite products. You can shop confidently knowing where they came from. Meats, fruits, and vegetables raised, grown, and produced by Canadians for Canadians, because the Co-op understands how important it is for your kitchen to be stocked with products you can be proud of. The North of 53 Co-op, you're at home there.
Northland Ford proudly supports the Flin Flon Bombers in the SJHL playoffs, and we know they'll play tough like the Ford F-150, the toughest truck on the market for over 45 years and counting. Northland Ford is helping the community cheer on the Bombers as they fight to bring a championship back home where it belongs, and will provide you with the best selection to choose from in the North for the North. Northland Ford, the dealership you tell your friends about.
Bailey Homes provides ready-to-move homes as unique as your family. They'll be at the 1029 CFAR Trade and Leisure Show April 24th to the 26th to answer any questions you may have. From the quality of the build to the care of the move, let Bailey Homes make your dream home a reality. They have the experience bringing custom homes to the North. Find out more by visiting bailey-homes.ca, and they'll see you at the trade show at the Sportex April 24th to the 26th.
Hud Bay is proud to be a sponsor of this Bomber broadcast. From donations for bursaries, hockey schools, clubs, community events, charities, and so much more, Hud Bay has supported our community with dedication and generosity, contributing to events and organizations. Hud Bay thanks the people of Flin Flon for their continued support.
After the final horn, 1029 CFAR keeps playing the music that makes your day. Wake up with me, Raphael Saray, in the morning. Middays with Dallas Clark.
Behind the mic, woo. All kinds of fun-filled stuff for you and the entire family.
Find out everything that keeps you connected. It's what makes us your radio. The Bombers and beyond. CFAR 590, FlinFlonOnline.com, and 1029 CFAR, your radio.
There's always delicious food items to try out at your local McDonald's at the Flin Flon Walmart location. Brand new to the menu include the cheesy jalapeno bacon quarter pounder, the smoky maple bacon breakfast sandwiches. How about something just in time with summer on the horizon? Tropical and watermelon lime fruit splashers and the peach passion smoothie. And how about another brand new menu item, the cinnamon swirl. Try one today. A buttery brioche roll swirled with cinnamon filling and topped with delicious cream cheese. Brand new with the classic cinnamon taste. Your McDonald's location at Walmart, once again offering curbside pickup, so don't forget to download the app, collect McDonald's rewards for free food, sit and relax in the comfort of your own vehicle, and await your order. McDonald's wishing the Flin Flon Bombers all the best through this year's playoff run.
You're on.
All righty, welcome back to the Whitney Forum here tonight, our post-game show awards. I guess we'll start things off, Mike, with the KFC three-star selection.
Excuse me, yeah, third star I'm going to give to Liam Hunks. He was the best bomber on the ice.
Yeah, I agree.
He carried the puck well. He battled hard. Liam Hunks was our third star. Number 2 star, Ethan DK of the Weyburn Red Wings. I think you said his name more than anybody's, Rob, and he's a great player. Showed his speed. He's super fast. And first star is going to go to Liam Fitzgerald with 2 goals.
Including the game winner?
Including the game winner. He had a great game. So I'm going to go Warrior of the game.
That's for Flin Flon Insurance, by the way.
I'm sorry. Yes, of course. Leighton Carruthers. He came back from injury, and I watched him on power plays, and he goes straight to the front of the net. That's how he got his goal, and he always is trying to get the team going on the bench or on the ice. He's not yelling at them, but he's trying to get them up and going. So I really like how Leighton Carruthers plays the game. Are you ready for the chiropractic on Main?
Crunch of the game. There was a few good candidates tonight.
There was. I'm going to give it to Leo Seitz on Smith Davis in the third period. But yeah, you're right. Marsden had a great hit on. Oh, I'm going to get this name wrong, and I'm going to get in trouble.
Romolari, I think.
Romolari. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. Arbery on Carmen early in the game was a real big hit, but I'm going with Leo Seitz on Smith Davis in the third.
There you have it. There's our post-game show awards. I'm not sure if Mike Reagan will join us tonight. We're going to take one last break. We'll come back with some scores and get ready for Weyburn. Games 3 and 4 coming up on Tuesday and Wednesday. And Mike Slip was right. This Weyburn team, the real deal, have not lost down in the postseason on the road. And like we said, 18 road wins, was second in the league in the regular season, only behind the Melfort Mustangs. So they played very well away from Crescent Point Place. They're still decent at home. And boy, Flin Flon's got the work cut out for them. But you know what? They get a good effort on Tuesday night. You just never know. Try and get some momentum any way you can do it, and get a chance to at least try and bring the series back to Flin Flon.
Yeah, and you know what'll help start is if you come out Monday at 8:30, Balsam Avenue for the Bomber send-off. The guys really, it means a lot to them to see all the Bomber fans out there. The fire department and Rob Hart sitting at the front of the bus. So let's send them off for the send-off they deserve.
We'll take one last break and come back with a wrap-up momentarily here on 1029 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Take advantage of the Maytag Dependable Savings Event on now at Creighton Furniture and Appliance Center. Save $150 with the purchase of 2 qualifying kitchen appliances. Or if you purchase 3 or more qualifying kitchen appliances, you can save $300. Get hundreds of dollars in savings just by shopping Maytag. Get that appliance you've always wanted with the Maytag Dependable Savings Event on now at Creighton Furniture and Appliance Center.
Truck Month has been extended at Great North GM. If you missed out during March, then you still have a chance to save thousands of dollars with 0% financing on select trucks. Plus, Costco is back with $1,200 off select units if you have a Costco membership. So don't wait. Contact Barb, Caden, Kevin, Kevin, Jamie, Bradley, or Kylie to experience Truck Month because it's always a great day at Great North GM in La Paw.
Time out.
All right, guys, look at the whiteboard. We're going to do this, and then we're going to do that. Jones, what are you eating? There's 5 seconds left in the game.
5 seconds left. All tied up here, folks. Both teams getting ready for the face-off, and Jones has a piece of Jack Links in his mouth. What is he doing? The puck drops. Jones grabs it. He has some room. He shoots. He scores! The Bombers win. And now fans are throwing Jack Links onto the ice. This is madness. Arctic Beverages and Jack Links Beef Jerky. Feed your wild side.
The North of 53 Co-op is proud to make buying Canadian products easier for you by sticking little maple leaves next to your favorite products. You can shop confidently knowing where they came from. Meats, fruits, and vegetables raised, grown, and produced by Canadians for Canadians, because the Co-op understands how important it is for your kitchen to be stocked with products you can be proud of. The North of 53 Co-op, you're at home there. It's up to all of us to be informed on the issues. The facts are the facts. There is only one clear choice. The spicy, famous chicken sandwich from KFC has the boldness we need for these times, taking nothing away from the regular. But let's all come together and put our support behind what we've always known, that the KFC spicy chicken sandwich is so good.
Paid for by the official agent for the KFC spicy chicken sandwich.
You're on. Welcome back to Whitney Forum here. Quickly, the McDonald's out-of-town scoreboard before we wrap things up. The other SJHL semifinal, the Melfort Mustangs, a 2-0 lead on Yorkton now getting ready for the third period. Belton and Summers, the goal scorers there. Northern Manitoba Blizzard, big victory tonight.
Yes, sir.
Go into Winkler and upset the Flyers 4-2. Up 1 game to none. They'll play game 2 in Winkler tomorrow. Lots of NHL finals. Montreal, could they be playoff bound? They're making a pretty good claim for a spot as they knocked off Philly 3-2. The Leafs did Montreal a favor tonight. They beat Columbus 5-0, one of the teams, of course, that Montreal's battling with for that final wild card spot. Utah over the Jets 4-1. The Blues, boy, what a roll they're on.
Yeah, they're killing me.
They beat Colorado 5-4. Buffalo, a rare win. Beat Tampa Bay in the shootout 3-2. Boston snapping a lengthy, 13 losses in a row for the Bruins?
Yeah.
They beat Carolina today 5-1. Ottawa, they look like they're going to make the postseason. A nice 3-0 win against Florida today. The Devils blanked the Rangers 4-0. Again, a favor for Montreal, as the Rangers are another team, of course, battling for that spot. Pittsburgh over Dallas 5-3. LA shutout Edmonton 3-0. And Vancouver a 6-2 victory over Anaheim today. I think that's going to pretty much do it for our broadcast here, Mike. Thanks for jumping back on. Hopefully not the last home broadcast of the year.
No, I hope not. Just one thing, Rob. I just got a text. Shout out to Joanna Ledoux and Jacqueline Neufeld. Hopefully they're still listening. They were listening to the game from Banff, Alberta tonight. So always from all over the world and all over the country, they want to listen to the great Rob Hart.
So a big hello to them. And I actually going to mention this tonight just in case. I want to thank our Flow TV crew this year. You know, between Adam Ricard and, of course,
Matt Morrison,
these guys volunteering so much time here this year. So hopefully not the last game of the year, but
putting up with us.
Yeah, no kidding. We've had certainly some. It's been an interesting year. We've some growing pains on the technology and stuff, but these guys have done a wonderful job. So I just want to put a shout out to those two guys and to the ladies running the cameras and everybody else. So a big thanks to them. We hope to be back here for Game 5, but I couldn't let the game go by without mentioning these people that have worked so hard here this year. So a big thanks to them, as well to everybody else that made this broadcast happen tonight. Raphael Stray back at CF Air Control. A big thanks to him for helping out for color commentary last night. Back at the studio tonight. Thanks to Mike Reagan and Cody Mapes for their comments before the game. Joey Lees, once again going for the RBC Ambassador of the Year award. He won it last year. I think he'll have a really good chance winning it again this year. Our guest in the opening intermission. And Harvey Stewart, the legendary Flin Flon Bomber goaltender from the 70s. Great to catch up with him in our Bomber Legend Series as well in the second intermission. So the Weyburn Red Wings, boy, they get the job done. A 3-1 victory last night. They follow that up with a 4-1 victory tonight. Up 2 games to none. Heading back to Crescent Point Place for games 3 and 4 Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll be there as well. 8 o'clock Manitoba start times both nights, which means we're on the air with the Great North GM Coaches Show at 7:40.